Hey, everybody. Welcome to the last episode of the Mile High Game Guys board gaming podcast. I'm your host, Adrian.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Jeff, but who cares?
And
if you don't know who we are now, you'll never know.
Now's the time.
This is likely true. I really hope that there's at least one person where this is the first episode they listen to.
Well, it'll be the most recent on the playlist.
I'll be like, oh, I heard good things about that. I've been meaning to listen to these guys for years. What's this one called? The Finale. Is that a cool new game coming out?
Adrian's been dead this whole time, actually. Spoilers.
There's the Finals. That was a cool new game that came out recently.
Truth.
I saw Over playing that.
I have one of my buddies is like super about that. One of my work friends.
Have you tried shutting the fuck up and pouring me a beer yet?
I have not. Let me get right on that, Jeff.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna the Mile High replacement radio brought back an old thing that we used to do. What have we been drinking, or what are we drinking? And so since this is the final episode, we are going back to our roots and we are getting fucking loose in here. So Jeff, do you want to tell them a little bit about this?
This was a Goose Island, Bourbon County from 2018 that I found in our cellar, and no one wanted it, so I took it.
Perfect.
Yeah. I think they had a whole bunch of old barrel aged stuff in our barrel aged cellar, which had like a kegerator in it, and then they just used that to kind of like keep beers in to drink throughout the day.
Okay.
So
I will say it has the color and consistency of motor oil.
Well, that is,
as any barrel-aged Imperial Stout.
It smells delicious. I'm very excited.
It does.
Well, I have cheers now.
Cheers.
Yep.
Don't forget the eye contact. Eye contact.
Cheers.
Eye
Cheers.
contact.
Cheers.
No blinking. No
Cheers.
blinking.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I guess I could have thrown on the overhead cam for all of the booziness.
That's fine. You don't need to.
This was before no one cared about Bourbon County anymore, so it was probably actually good.
When did they start carrying?
Oh, I mean, they started caring a long time ago, but they stopped caring is the issue.
Right.
Well, everyone else stopped caring.
Gotcha.
And by everyone else, I mean the beer buying community about all barrel-aged beer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And then they went to seltzers. What are they in now?
I
beer?
think we're in like hop teas, like
Okay.
non-alcoholic hop tea.
Pass.
Non-NA beers.
Non-alcoholic hop tea, you say?
So our old packaging manager
What a
actually
basic
went.
bitch.
Our old packaging manager went to Hop Tea and worked there for a little while, so he'd always bring that shit by, and we'd have like 12 cases of it.
It's fine.
It's
I was going
fine.
to say, is it everything you've ever wanted from those, Adrian?
It is not.
What could it be more?
So this one's pretty close, especially
Okay.
for a hop tea. Like it's got both of those things, hops and tea.
Mhm.
I'm finding that's not a flavor I super like.
Just hop water? Would that be better?
Yeah, hop
Yes,
water.
so the hop waters I
become-
like much more.
Yes,
Okay.
The
hop
hoppy
water's been-
seltzers.
Yeah, and everyone wants a hop water now because it's basically seltzer.
Yeah.
And it's non-alcoholic, so then you don't even have to do the work.
Yeah.
You just need de-aerated water and a fistful of hops, and it is cheap.
Yes.
Look, you know who else is making non-alcoholic seltzers? Fucking White Claw.
that whole cycle has been hilarious to me.
It's just even cheaper to make.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the hop tea.
You should probably take off the starting soon. I mean, it's the last
God
time.
damn it.
So
Yeah, you're right. So this hop tea that I am drinking here, I've been kind of sipping on for a while. This one is the Citra Balm one, made with Citra hops and white tea. This one's pretty good, I think. I have another one in there because these were super cheap in the customer returns area at my work. They're normally like $45 for a case of 12 of these tall boys. I got them for $10 a case.
Okay, that's a good deal.
So that's also what I think a reasonable price for these. Like, 'cause that's still a little under $1 for. I'd pay about $1 to $2 per. I'm not paying fucking $45.
I mean, it's a case. It's 24 cans, but it's still. How much is a case?
Their
how
cases are 12.
12? Oh,
12
see.
tall
I think
boys.
of like a case of beer as a case. So 24 cans for $2-ish.
No, 12 tall boys for $45 on their website.
I mean, 45 divided by 24. I mean, it's less than $2. But
yeah, but
40
his is 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I was just saying math wrong before, and then I was like, no, I'm an idiot.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I I got another one that is the Calm one. It's a decaf tea because this thing also has 30 milligrams of caffeine.
Okay, so it's caffeinated.
Yes.
There's an extra step for pricing here. I can see why a caffeinated case of hop.
The decaffeinated one that they say is made with chamomile, but Megan, who drinks a lot of tea, said she can detect no chamomile. That one is a very weird flavor. It's kind of grown on me. It's okay. No caffeine. It is also still $45
Okay.
So that's just their standard price.
Yeah.
These are eh.
I mean, all NA beer is just the same as regular beer as well. It's not like the price changes depending if it has alcohol or not.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
go buy a fucking 6-pack of Athletic.
Which I do regularly. I actually like Athletics. Athletic, I think, is one of the better ones.
One of our most longest term employees of like 11 years just left Friday to go be the Colorado sales rep of Athletic.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the non-alcoholic IPAs that are actually like a full IPA. Those are hard to find good ones. Athletics is okay. Lagunitas, I think, makes the best one. Their IPNA, IPNA, fantastic. It is definitely the best one I have found. Otherwise, I do like Lagunitas does a seltzer water that's really good. And
I also like that you gave me the Epic glass. It was on point.
Yeah. I look out for you, buddy.
Yeah.
All three of these
What garbage
classes,
did Zach get?
Brewers Rock for Rescue.
Rock for the Rescue.
Oh, that was
This is the beer fest that used to be in Summit County that we used to do.
I mean, I
regularly.
worked at Epic when Ant and I did that fest once.
I
think you rode in the trunk or the hatchback rear. No, it was me and you, I think.
Yes.
I
have done it 3 times with Epic.
I only did
but I wasn't always working for Epic. I worked more beer fests not like for Epic, not as an Epic employee than I did during my brief stint as an Epic employee.
I did Brew at the Zoo or Do at the Zoo or whatever.
Which they have not done since like 2019.
Yeah.
Deeply sad.
Yeah.
I
knew the best. I learned the best way to scam into that fest, which was they let you put on your own wristband. Well, Ant, of course, taught us all this. You put on your own wristband and you just barely little tap it on there, and then you just walk through the gate and be like, yep, here's my wristband. I'm an employee of this affair. And then you take it off because no one has wristbands that actually has tickets. And then you just look like everyone else. And then you put it on someone else and you let them in.
Yep.
And then you have 4 wristbands and that turns into a party of 8. I think it was Paul. I think it was Paul, me, Aunt, Julie.
Yeah, Megan came on 2 of the ones that we did.
And then it was like Darren. I was like our Epic's national sales manager or something. He used to work at Avery.
Oh.
And he was hanging out with some people at the Red Table one time. And I was like, my coworkers are sitting with this man that I know. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? And he's like, I used to work here. And I was like, oh.
Cool.
None of us like Darren. Sorry, Darren, if you're listening.
He might be. Probably is. Although if he's like any of the rest of your coworkers, he found the wrong podcast.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've told this story. One of my coworkers who had been like, I think had thought this for years. I spread this on the, I spread this on the Discord. There is a podcast about gaming hosted by a Jeffrey Jackson that is not me. I believe is significantly more popular, or at least has way more iTunes reviews than us. But we also never were like, please rate us on iTunes. And I'm sure we could have gotten more reviews than we did, but we didn't care. We did this for us.
That's accurate.
Yes.
What a mistake.
So my coworker Googled Jeff Jackson gaming podcast, and that was the first one that came up. And it was like episode titles with Jeff Jackson in it. And then he listened to it. He was like, yeah, that sounds like him. And it didn't.
I mean, did it sound like a white guy?
I didn't actually listen to it enough, but I was like, that's not me.
See, now I feel like we need to do. So let's pull it up. We'll play it now on this episode.
The premise of this podcast was like pastors and like born again, their relationship with God and gaming.
Yes.
And so my coworker thought I was super religious for years.
I can see it.
And he his last day was on Thursday, and we were hanging out a week before that. And he was like, I got a weird question for you. Are you super religious? And I was like, no, dude. In no way, shape, or form am I super religious. He's like, I just thought. And
you know what would have been hilarious is if by listening to those podcasts, he converted himself. And he's just like, Jeff, I just wanted to say thank you. You've shown me the light.
You brought me closer to Jesus, man. I really appreciate it.
We all know you're not super religious. We all know that you are a North Carolina U.S. representative.
Yes, there is that guy as well. As someone that is glad that they don't live in North Carolina anymore because of that.
I mean, there's zero chance that a North Carolina state representative named Jeff Jackson is not super religious. At least
I think
vocally.
I think he's on the good guy team.
Yeah.
Anyways,
and he's getting he's
Doesn't
getting,
mean he's not religious.
True.
He's getting what is it called?
Primary?
No, the other one where they every 10 years with the surveys.
Census.
Redistrict out. So,
Oh.
yeah.
So what locked him in on this opinion after this was so we have a bathroom for the truck drivers, and one of the truck drivers that was super religious left a little mini Bible in there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which I kept because it said Salvation on the front, which is an Avery beer. And so I kept it on the desk as our mini Bible for the office. And he was like, he's super religious. It's on the desk.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it just said Salvation. That we have a beer named Salvation. You should know this. But yes, I'd cleared that up. And on his last day, when I was saying bye, because he started in the warehouse, went to packaging, cellars, and now he's going to go to Dallas and be cellar brewer somewhere. And I told him I'd pray for him.
Nice.
Should have told him, go with God, bro.
And also on his last day, he did complete the gauntlet. The gauntlet being a 5-ounce taster of all 30 beers.
Holy shit.
Yes. And he completed the gauntlet with like a +5 because he had a couple beers before he officially started and then had a couple more at the end of the like big ones.
What would be the highest ABV that he would drink of?
18 something.
Ooh.
And then easily 5 or 6 above 12. What's ABV on this one?
Let's take some guesses.
Bourbon County
is barrel aged, right? Imperial.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm not. It doesn't feel,
11.8.
I was. God damn it. Are we doing Prices Right rules or
which is closest without going over?
Yeah.
Right?
Or just closest.
Well.
Don't think about it too hard.
Price is Right.
Okay.
Let's do Price is Right rules. Everyone knows Price is Right rules. It's a good one. Good way to do it.
Okay. I'll do 11.
So you were 11.8?
Yes.
You were 11? Well, Jeff's the Price is Right winner.
Uh-huh.
It is over 11.8. Do you guys want to do a round 2?
No.
All right. 14.4.
Okay.
Really?
All right. That's quite nice.
Yeah.
I need more.
I definitely would have not guessed over 11%. Or I guess over 12.
Our old head cellarman gave me this bottle because he was having to clean it out. And he was like, you like this shit, right? And I was like, yeah.
This
also,
shit.
it was in a box. I took it out of the box because it took too much room, so I just threw it in the fridge.
Oh, fair.
Uncle Jacob's, I think,
could
is one
definitely
of my...
taste the cocoa nibs.
Yeah.
Is there cocoa nibs?
Yes,
there are
is.
cocoa nibs in this, and you can definitely taste them. This is a rich
It's a pretty
beer.
chocolatey one.
Yeah, I don't really remember what the hell's in this. Cocoa nibs and chocolate.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. So I know IPAs are like the top for you. No, I'm good for right now. What is...
Well, there's not really anything left.
Yeah.
So.
There's not much left. I mean, there's...
All right, you can just pour it on that. I just see 2 other high ABV beers and
a port.
A port.
That
so,
we're gonna... I told you, man, we're getting loose.
Yeah.
I don't like these terms.
There is
Uncle,
a splash more in this.
Uncle
but
Jacob's has become one of my favorite Avery beers, even though we don't really have... I mean, we've almost completely sold out the entire cellar to where that beer under our inventory will not exist anymore.
Gotcha. All right.
That's us.
Fuck, there was something else.
And I'm Jeff.
I had an idea. Yeah. So we're going to be opening these as we go through the episode, but I figure right now I'll run through what we have so we don't have to do a big whole long spiel
Sure.
when we open each of them.
I also like how Adrian's video makes him look short on stream, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's just always been that.
It's always been that.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff, it's hard. It's.
I was just like, I'm way bigger than Adrian in the video.
It would be hard for him to not look
Well,
short.
and also, like, I had to zoom you guys in so much so that you're not constantly in each other's fucking Like
What?
Yeah,
This?
yeah.
You can see my jacket
Yeah.
already in his
I know,
fucking screen.
because the
Yeah,
angle of the
exactly.
cameras is
Yeah.
just brutal. Yeah. See, there's the fucking the further you actually get in his screen easier the further back you go
Yeah.
than going sideways. It's perspective, man. It's a bitch.
It is.
It's fine.
So
This audio medium.
next up, we're going to be doing a Big Bad Baptist Stout from the Epic Days. This is release number 24. I was hoping it had a fucking date on it there.
No, they only had the numbers.
Damn. Yeah, so I have no idea when this one came from. But yeah, release number 24, 13% on this one. So we are going big and bad. So that's going to be the next one.
At
Followed up
some
by-
point.
One ping only, a Russian Imperial Stout, which is a great reference. But this is number 63 in the Avery Barrel Age series from October 24th, 2022. This one's not.
Yeah. That's also 13.6%. So
Yeah. And then at some point we will be opening this bottle of Sandeman Unfiltered Late Bottled Vintage Port from 2016, which is the year we started the podcast.
It is.
So I went out of my way to find a bottle of port from when we started the podcast. And yes, Bob, port, quite bougie. I have become a stupidly hot, big fan of port.
I do like
It is
port a lot.
my new favorite, not beer drink,
I don't
alcohol
like
drink.
wine that much, but I do like that. So
Yeah.
Per my limited research, this is a Baptist 2017.
So that's getting pretty close to the start of the podcast.
So we had 18, 17, 16,
This would
22.
have this would have been the first run after I started at Epic.
Well, there you go.
And then we, of course, have the Mountain Dew Hard, which was
Was it blood orange?
the date on here. It has 2024 in it, so
It's a Best Buy date.
yeah.
for
Oh, Best
sure.
Buy. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
We don't
No,
put Best Buy dates
it's
because that
brewed from
bites
the
you in the
future.
ass.
That makes sense. What?
Brewed from the future.
It is.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well, and with beer, some beers are meant to age. It'd be hard to put a Best Buy date on a beer you want to age.
Yes, we absolutely used all of the Patreon funds for these bottles that have been around for 7 years at this point.
yeah.
Interesting.
How is the Mountain Dew?
There we go.
It tastes like it tastes like that. Tastes like
thought
Livewire. It's also the zero sugar ones apparently.
I thought it tasted like Diet Mountain Dew, which I
Yeah.
do not enjoy when I tried it.
Gotcha. That's all I'll drink usually is Diet One, so that's never bothered me.
Yeah.
But this one tastes like Livewire, and I'm sure that one tastes like Baja Blast Zero. So
I made the mistake of buying a case of Baja Blast at the grocery store because they have it in 12 packs.
Yes.
And I drank half of them this weekend.
gotta watch out for that.
Get the beatus.
Boyd is reminiscing in chat about when he came to Denver.
Yeah, remember when you showed up and I had no idea you were coming and I had to work and Adrian was like, yeah, I got to go meet this guy that's visiting. And I was like, we have things to go. Just go. I'll go get Adrian because I have to actually work.
Yeah, I barely worked there. As we discussed.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
as we discussed
recently.
thoroughly in Discord.
Adrian held that job in such high regard.
Uh-huh. Yes. After the fact, he should not have in any way, shape, or form. He was correct to not give a fuck.
Oh, yeah. To be fair, I would have never worked at Epic had it not been for the fact that, Jeff and Ant worked there.
Correct.
Getting to work with my friends was and a substantial amount of free beer were the only perks of that job. That job was not great.
Yeah.
LinkedIn recommended me.
Remember when everyone quit because we said they can't drink before 1 p.m.
I do remember that.
instead of all fucking day?
Who were the two guys that we worked with? I should know their names because
Larry left pretty quick after I left, or I started.
The cable guy?
then that was probably before I started. You worked at Epic for a long time before I joined.
Well, there was Tedder, there was Ian.
Tedder and Ian. That's the two I was thinking of. So
I saw Ian at Joyride's anniversary party last year, 2 years ago.
okay.
I was just hanging out and he said hi.
LinkedIn tried to recommend Ian as a contact. I was like, I don't know about this, LinkedIn. I don't know. Also, the guy I'd completely forgotten he existed, Raymond, who used to do the Euchre nights at Factotum.
Oh,
He
yeah.
showed up in my LinkedIn.
Oh.
So LinkedIn's been hitting up the old contacts pretty hard.
It linked me my ex-wife once.
Oh.
Jesus. I forget you're married all the fucking time.
I am not
He's not
currently
married.
married.
Well, I forgot you've been married.
I have been married, yes. I was like, oh, she's working in the North Carolina Supreme Court. Good for her.
I'm opening the Baptist now.
Okay.
I am not going to participate in finishing this bomber.
No.
No, it's a bomber, but
Yeah.
it's, you know what? It's the only size it came in.
It is
And
true.
besides 12-ounce cans, they did do cans of Baptist.
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to have exactly one glass of Baptist, and that's going to be all the reminder I need of the epic days. It's no Escape to Colorado, back when Escape to Colorado was actually a good beer.
Oh, God. Oh, I hate doing that. Oh, God.
I can't
Well, I
believe you
mean-
both did that.
When I started in the podcast, I was working at Target, and then I got in the beer world.
Hey, we did it. We all were in way different fields than we were now.
Yeah. So that's actually I think a fun little thing. We started the podcast in 2016.
Now we cheers again.
Now we cheers
Cheers
again.
again,
Eye
yes.
contact. Cheers.
But, trying to look at both of you at the same time.
You have to be like an Apache
Yeah.
pilot and individual eye movement.
I was going to say chameleon, but yes, also app.
Also, I'm glad you added pilot because I thought it was going to
well,
be uncomfortable.
I don't even know if it's an Apache pilot or the gunner that has the eyepiece that lets them and they practice moving their eye that's not in the
Oh.
eyepiece and then the
Ugh.
one that's in the eyepiece.
Oh,
Yeah. They can individual move eye. It's nuts.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But no, so the podcast has spanned now a very long time.
Mhm.
Well, we didn't finish. Boyd said that Ant
Oh.
gave him a very good tour.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And I don't really remember what else. I think I finally, when I got done with work, you guys were still hanging out. So
I believe so.
yes.
And I think I was out of town that week when Boyd came for the first time.
Conveniently.
Was this 2017 or 2018?
I don't
Probably
know.
2018
Boyd, when did you come to Denver the first time?
to where we were there. You could have come over the last century or so. There's no way to know.
Century.
I mean, he's definitely been there within the last century. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, it's objectively been since.
Say 2018.
Okay.
Locked it in.
There we go. Cool.
6 years ago.
6 years. So yeah, podcast going over 7 years
Yeah.
at this point. A lot has changed for us in those years. Zach kind of alluded to it.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, when we started, worked at Target. Zach,
I worked for the city and county of Denver.
and I worked for a small mom and pop machine shop in fucking Commerce City,
Doing
Yeah.
what?
making gears.
Was this the same gear job that you had while you were at Epic?
No.
Okay.
So the timeline, so since we were talking about Epic, we're talking about jobs we did. So
Yeah.
I moved to Denver to get this job at this gear shop. My biological dad I had met 2010-ish, 2012.
Mhm.
He works in Detroit for a company that sells the cutting parts of it's not
It's not good.
good.
No,
No.
it's bad.
Yeah.
Open that little thermos. We're gonna
We're gonna
we're gonna
dump
do a
this.
little. Yeah,
We're gonna dump Epic
This-
like I did to go work at Avery.
this did not age well.
No,
Have some water.
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, how much water? Oh yeah, not enough that's going to be a problem. Goodbye, Epic.
I almost wish we'd have dumped it in something else so that we could use that water to
To
clean.
rinse our cups.
Yeah.
Jeff's got us.
no, this has Gatorade in it,
Oh Jesus! All right,
but
I'm
the Gatorade's gonna taste way better.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
you know
I'm
what?
just-
That's a good point.
Jesus. Christ.
Yeah.
All
we're gonna-
right, fine.
There you
Mountain Dew.
go.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew
All
tastes
right.
way better.
It
Hot
does.
tea.
Oh God, this Mountain Dew tastes better. This will not taste better. Oh,
Unpleasant.
No, not good.
Unpleasant.
not good.
All right. Well, moving right along.
Moving
I'm,
along.
I'm glad we don't even have to worry about what to do with the rest of that bomber. Let's
Mhm.
put it somewhere it's not going to get spilled.
What's
Yes.
a bottle cap around somewhere? A Goose Island branded Epic bomber that's vinegarized.
Brainless was their sour. I do.
Oh yeah, brainless Belgian on peaches.
Peaches and pineapple were
He-
very
I have a case. Well, 12
case. Okay.
pack. 12 pack of brainless.
Still
Like mixed.
Wow.
Yeah. I've been
Yeah.
aging.
I mean,
Okay.
Who knows?
have a lot.
I actually have a lot
As
of Epic
well.
beer down in my cellar.
Mhm.
All right, so we are moving on now to the barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stout. Bourbon barrels with tart cherries. One ping only from Avery. Anyway, yeah, so my biological dad, I met him. He sells gear cutting equipment out of Detroit. As we got to know each other, I kept talking about how I always wanted to move back to Colorado. It's where I was born, where I'm from. And he got me a job at this little small gear shop that bought tools from him. And so I moved out here. I worked there for about 4 years. The original premise of my job offer from this company, I don't remember. I lost track of which is which. This was a mistake.
Give me this one.
What do you mean?
Getting the same glass.
Oh, I thought you had different glasses. You both got Rock for Rescue glasses?
I blame Adrian 100% for that.
It's 100% my fault.
Yeah.
I think this one's yours.
I think this one's yours.
You can tell by the hop and Mountain Dew aromas.
Yes. Which I'm sure is going to do great things for the beer.
There's going to be enough Robitussin cherry in there. You're not even going to notice.
Oh, wow. You were okay. Ooh, you were not kidding.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cherry.
That has mellowed out significantly.
That's mellowed?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's
that
good.
used to be harsh.
That used to be, yeah. I think I've had I've had some other beer that was with the cherries that was like just cough syrup.
Yes.
This is like cough syrup
This has
with a
gotten
stout.
much better than what it was.
Still not great.
Anyhow, the original promise of that job was that they were going to train me to run their gear department after a little bit, and then they were going to hire someone else for me to train, and then they were going to send me to school to be an engineer, to finish my engineering degree.
Okay. I should have brought my Malort.
No.
Oh, yeah. You do have Malort.
I do. I had a friend who came to visit, and I remember asking him offhandedly, like I was going to show him the Malort commercial, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know what Malort is." And I was like, "Well, we're making a trip to liquor store," and the person was like, "Why are you buying this?" I'm like, "Well, he hasn't had it yet, so that is why."
I really hope there's like a Harvard Business School case study on Malort making something that is so terrible that literally everyone you ever meet will not only tell you it's terrible, but then go out of their way to make sure you get to try it so you understand how terrible it is.
But they will always at least take that shot with you. I've never seen someone just be like, "Here, have Malort." It's always been shot in front of me, shot in front of you. We're taking this together.
Doing this.
Yes, we are doing this. Like, yeah,
it's trauma bonding.
That's the Chicago handshake.
Yeah. I have learned the value of trauma bonding in the last several years. Yeah. But yeah, those were, I don't know. We all had very different jobs when we started this podcast.
Living in all completely different places too.
Yep.
All of us lived in Denver, I think, at that point.
Yes.
The first episode.
You lived in like Colfax?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pennsylvania and Colfax.
Oh. How many times did your car get broken into
only
there?
once, surprisingly.
I wonder how many times it would have gotten broken into had you continued
I will bring
to
that
live there.
for you, Boyd. I do know that someone got murdered in our alley 4 months after I left. So
Jesus.
there was a Reddit thread that was like, what's the most dangerous, like, it's like, what are the dangerous neighborhoods you need to avoid or streets or something like that? And someone described my alley. And I was like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
I do remember this was, in my youth of Ute of I had brought a king size mattress from Georgia into here.
Yes.
And Denver's not a king size mattress place for apartments.
No.
And so I replaced it with another one, and I had no idea what to do with my mattress. So I just was like, all right, well, this is just going outside. And then, like vultures on a carcass, I slowly watched it get disintegrated until it was just a pile of metal springs.
Over what sort of time period?
Like a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where did it go?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Were people eating it?
Or like they're
people weren't.
Stripping it for parts.
The rodents
Stripping
were.
the mattress for parts.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, stuffing, right?
Springs.
Yeah.
Useful.
Well, I mean, not
for
spring.
rodents.
Yep.
I mean, people could use springs.
Yeah.
Sure.
We all lived in Denver, and now we live within.
Now we all don't live in Denver.
Well, not just that too, but about 1.5 miles from each other.
Yeah, we all live dramatically closer. I mean,
Yes.
you guys especially
Yes.
live closer
Well,
to
I
each
mean,
other.
even my friend that moved out here, I moved out here from Chicago with, also lives 3 minutes from here.
I like how the Westminster Alliance was a thing back in the early days of game night. And they were always pushing to draw game night to Westminster. I moved to Westminster, joined the Westminster Alliance. There was never another post made in that Facebook group. The group disintegrated, like scattered, like cockroaches when you turn on a light.
That's because most people realize, I guess actually really we should be Arvada, not Westminster.
Also true. Yeah. I've worked at 5 jobs over the course of this podcast.
Wow.
3. City and County of Denver, Lyft.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
Lyft. I was like, what is the third? And Lyft. No, Lyft's fair.
And then current job, which is definitely better than any of the other jobs I've had. So
I've worked at 6, not 5, 6. Jeff, you're at 3, right?
Yeah. Target, Epic, Avery.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you like this one more than those previous ones.
Yes.
Okay.
Avery is better.
There you go.
Adrian?
Dramatically so. Well, I liked my last job the most, but I like the pay of my current job, roughly twice as much.
Yeah.
So,
I get that.
Yeah. Management has been managing people has been an interesting change for me. I think I like it. I think I'm decent at it. I don't know.
There's no way to
Time will tell.
No to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My boss doesn't like me though, so that's not good.
Yeah.
Because you keep going fucking snowboarding.
One fucking time. And it's the dumbest thing that I don't get holidays off because I get a comp day to use whenever the fuck I want anytime I work a holiday. So it's like, well, why can't I just have the holiday off and that's my comp day? Fucking dumb.
Yeah, that seems to be how like salary jobs work.
Dumb.
Yeah. They're all about them comp days.
Yep. So anyway, moving on from that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a board gaming podcast, ostensibly.
Is it?
It
was.
That's what it was.
Uh-huh.
For one last little bit, let's pretend that it is.
Okay.
Because we haven't recorded in like a month.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to record the
8th.
Last week. Yeah.
no the 2nd, right?
8th.
No, it was the 8th.
8th was the scheduled
Yeah.
recording for this, our final episode.
Yes.
And Jeff became critically ill.
It was a weird sickness. I didn't have a cough. I didn't have a runny nose, but I was absolutely everything else where you feel like shit, sick. And I was like, this is a weird sickness.
Look, a lot of people have been getting sick. For a while. Yeah.
Many people have been getting sick these days. Last couple weeks.
Fucking everyone at work.
Yeah. Second highest COVID peak since, it's nowhere near the peak,
Yeah.
but it is the second most peak of peaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Based on wastewater numbers, because no one actually tests anymore.
Yeah.
But,
Which is frustrating.
Yeah.
Long COVID is still a thing, and it's a really fucking shitty thing. So if you have COVID, stay the fuck home. But also the government doesn't give any special things for COVID
Anymore,
illness or anything anymore.
But I had that Monday off already and needed that as a sick day. And so I only had to take one sick day
Hey, there you go.
on Tuesday.
Perfect.
Then I had a 3-day work week.
Yeah, we were still on the fence about that happening, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if it's gonna happen. Jeff's kind of sick, and Mhgg was like, if Jeff's sick, you guys don't need to record because I don't want to get fucking sick. I don't want sick people in my fucking house. It's like, all right. And then I was like, if you're sick, Jeff, we can postpone.
Sure.
And Jeff was like,
I think
it's
Monday
probably for the best.
that was pretty early in the morning, and you don't really know how sick you are that day until you're been up for a little while because you're like, did I just get up or do I feel sick?
Yeah, because there are definitely
I fucking hate that.
There are some times where you're just exactly. There have been times where I've woken up and I'm like, I don't know. Do I need to take a sick day or something like that? And then after 5 minutes, I'm like, no, it was just I just needed to adjust to being awake, and now I feel fine.
Yeah. And then later, I was like, nope,
Definitely sick.
yep, Dayquil time.
Yeah. So that was the 8th was supposed to be this recording. Previous to that, we did replacement radio. And so last time we recorded was early December. So it's been a month.
Yeah.
What are some games we've played? I don't expect us to go through the whole month because 1, I don't remember my own month. And 2, that would probably take longer than we want to spend.
So I do have one game that I've been playing a lot, actually. And this was brought up again when Paul was asking on our Discord of he was just like, Zach, what was your best score for Gonz Schon Clever?
Yes.
That's so clever. And I was trying to remember it, and it ended up being 328 was the best score that I've ever had.
I think I had a good guess. I think I was like 326, which may have been my high score.
Yes, yeah. He ended up getting like, high 200s, which is definitely a good score. And then I had a goal, an impossible goal that I wanted to try and meet.
Cool.
Of like, maybe I can somehow get a perfect game by the time that we finish recording. I unfortunately failed at that.
Well, you need to play a lot of games.
I played a lot of games. I did get 328 again.
Okay.
So I was within 6, but it's just so fucking hard of just one miss roll, and then the entire thing's fucked.
Yeah, because you roll 4 dice around.
You roll 6 dice.
6 dice around.
Yep.
Across
and
how many rounds?
It is 6 rounds, but there are 3, like you choose 3 die at a time, and then you get a 4th set of the die. And the problem is that
Has anyone gotten a perfect game?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
someone has to.
I'm sure someone has, but the problem is the hardest thing about it is that you always like are incentivized. Like you have to take the lower rolls, otherwise you lose out on dice.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's trying to time like having low spots available while taking advantage of the +1s to get the 6s for the orange and the purple as much as you can, but then like making sure you fill up everything to hit every bonus that you can, because I found a while ago, especially it was before I even hit that 328 of like the best score you can get in it, which is 334, and what that looks like on the board. And I remember trying to look at that with any of the sequel games, and then it just got too nebulous at that point, that it was like too many things going on that you're like, it could be any of these things that you couldn't actually plan for. But the base game on the base map, there is a set thing that you get, and that gets you up to 334, and that's the absolute highest. So I got up to 328 again, but I did not get any farther.
So how early in a game can you tell if you have you've missed it?
There are some times where it has been literally the 4th roll.
Jesus.
Because so on that fourth roll, it rolls all 6 dice again, and it just gives you the bottom 3. And if you locked up, say you had like say it gave you a green 1, a green orange, and then a green yellow, and you have already put in the yellow 1 and the green 1, you would have to use the orange 1. And the orange 1 is just face value. All the other ones are based off of like the orange and purple.
So the perfect game is orange 6s across the board,
except for 1/5 because it comes from filling out blue. And then orange purples all the way up to the fox or whatever it is. Greens getting all the way to 2 past the fox that gets you the green. All of the blue, and then like an eye in yellow.
Interesting.
And so the problem is that it's very easy to get way worse than that because a lot of those things compound on each other. And if like you keep getting blues, then all of a sudden you have like throughout the game on the perfect one, you will be getting 3 blue bonuses. And so once you have 3 spots left on blue, you can't take anymore because you have to use the bonuses for that. So then it's like, okay, well the blue die is dead to me. And then throughout the game be like, okay, well the yellow die is dead to me. The green die is dead to me. So it's all about not like keeping all those options available in the right time. But if you don't go deep enough in some of them, you lose out on the bonuses that you need to keep going, because there's only so many dice you can do. Because sometimes it'll be like, oh, I actually have 4 +1s on the final roll. I'm not going to be able to use all of those, because once you do a +1 on a die, that die is marked off. So it's but it's super easy to just do on my phone. Go to the bathroom or just like sitting around, and then sometimes I'll play it through just to see if I can get higher than 328. But a lot of times it'll be like, I fucked up. Oh, I fucked up another one. Like close. So it doesn't save any of those.
Yeah,
fair.
Because it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What's there's 3 or 4 now?
4 apparently.
Yeah.
I only played
The second. I only played the second.
I've played the second. I may have gotten to the third and played it once, and I was like, oh, this is just too much shit going on. There is a second map for the first one too.
Oh,
which is interesting, and it makes you like. I think the highest score I've ever gotten in the game is like 381, and that's because with the new map, there's more ways of scoring. So
score ceiling is higher.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was one thing I failed at.
Good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, at least you hit your max again.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it's not a fluke.
That's true. No, I mean, earlier today, I was like, when I got here, I was like, all right, I'm going to play one more. And then halfway through, I was fucking perfect. I ended up getting 326.
Wow.
Like,
okay.
I was just like, oh shit, am I actually going to do it right now? And then I got a fucking 3, and I was like, a 3 orange. And I was like, God damn it. So,
If only it was a 6 orange.
I know.
New high score.
Yes. What have you guys played anything worthwhile in the last month?
So I have played not a lot of board games. I've missed game nights for about a month. Just a sec. There we go. However, the other day, I don't know what came over me. A fugue state.
Jesus.
Definitely not.
He's got those cum gutters, so.
Ugh. The fuck?
It's a Rick and Morty reference.
No.
I've not watched a lot of Rick and Morty lately. I guess.
What was the train?
It was the story train.
Story train.
Yeah.
Wait, it was in that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It was a very prominent part of that.
Yes. Jesus had the deepest cum gutters.
Mm.
I must have blocked it out.
Yeah.
I don't know what came. I emptied my entire Cal access.
Yeah, I saw that.
I have 4 2x4s out there. Emptied all of them. Wiped down all the games with a damp cloth. Like wiped out the.
Right there.
Looks deep. That worked out great.
It's Jesus, so it's really hard to see because he's really bright.
Yeah.
Wiped out all the dust, cleaned everything.
Yeah.
And then was putting things back. And Megan and I were talking through a lot of the games. And she'd be like, "Wait, what's this game? Like, the fuck is this game? I've never seen this game. Where'd it come from?" And so we came up with like, I don't know, a stack of like 6 games or so that we have never played. Like, there are several games on that shelf that I have never played. There were several more games that I played like once and then acquired at some point. Like, I've got Teotihuacan.
Yeah.
Teotihuacan.
That I played once on a heavy cardboard stream back when they were still in Denver.
Boston? Do they still exist?
They do.
Okay.
I haven't engaged with any of their content in years. Anyway, and then I think Boyd gave me it. New and Shrink. Somebody gave me New and Shrink, Teo. I haven't played it. It's like, did I really like Teo, or was it like the cool atmosphere of the stream? Like, so I started going through like, hey, are these games I want to give a shot to, like play them again, or do I want to just write it off, whatever. So we started playing some games. So we played a game she won at HeavyCon years ago called Gear and Piston. It's about building cars.
Okay.
Like old Model T style, like your Mad Adventures building your cars. And it's like
some sort of horseless carriage?
Like some sort of... this predates Horseless Carriage. I'm sure Horseless Carriage has to be a better game because Gear and Piston sucked. It was terrible. One, it was like ridiculously simple. So I don't know if it almost certainly would have been better with more players. It was 2 to 6 is the player count for the game. We played 2-player game. It's action selection on this board, very reminiscent kind of like a... Tricarian or something. Like you're going to some areas to draw tiles. Like you can go to the one area and take any one of the 6 face up like good parts or draw from the deck. There's like the junk area where you can take 2 tiles, one from the 3 that are face up or one from the top. In that one, when you take face up, they're immediately replenished. The other one, they're not. And then there's like there's like a fuck you space where like you can look at someone's hand and keep one. You can look at the top 2 of the deck or top 3, take one, put the other 2 back, whatever. Bunch of shit like that. It goes until somebody has completed a vehicle that is at least 12 tiles.
Yeah.
The cup's getting full, Zach.
It is. You can't take any more. So
we both finished completed vehicles with no bad parts. Like one of the things is like the stability. Like if you use bad parts, your vehicle's unstable, and that's like a negative modifier to your final score. We had we both had perfect vehicles, no instability, never any like competing over different parts. There's like you can do gas, electric, or steam powered for your vehicle. Megan did a steam and electric. Megan did steam and gas. I went all electric. We never competed for those parts. Like, and in the game, like our scores were like, I don't know, 2-3 points apart. But like both of us were like, this game's just gonna suck. So it immediately went in the donate to the raffle pile. I
feel bad when it's ever like you're like, oh, I don't like this game. All right, well, give it to somebody else.
I would feel bad if that was most of the pile, but we get legitimately good games. Those shitty games are just so everyone gets to win something. So like almost everyone gets a prize. It turns it into a fun, happy thing. Yeah, your game might suck, but hey, you won a game and it's free and you didn't have to pay money on a shitty game and somebody might like it.
Pretty sure you have to pay money for those raffle tickets.
Casino logic here.
Okay.
Paying for the experience of gambling and paying for the thing you win.
Yeah.
Different.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
In fact, the shitty games arguably function as a door prize. The good games are what you're really buying the raffle ticket for.
That's true. They're participation trophies, really.
Yeah. So that one's going away. Then just today, as I finally got everything back on the shelves, we pulled out Warsaw City of Ruin and we played that, and I really liked it. It takes place over 6 rounds, and basically each round you get a hand of 4 tiles and you pick one. Once everyone's picked, everyone simultaneously reveals and announces whether they are going to build that tile into their city or sell it for money. If you build it, you pay the cost on the tile. If you sell it, you get $3, and you're building your city, and your city is a 3x4 city that you can build into. And there's a whole bunch of points that you score. After every round, you score points and earn money based on a bunch of adjacency stuff. You know, residential's adjacent to parks. Residential's adjacent to economic places. You get money for industrial places, but you lose points if they're next to residentials. All that kind of city building type stuff. And then at the end of rounds 1 through 5, there's a tile you compete for. Like the one in our game for the first era to the second era was whoever has the least parks, like park regions, which was me. So I get the tile, I get to put it in my city. And then you go down the list of scoring points and earning money, and you do the next round. So you just do that for 6 rounds. Super straightforward. Little spatial puzzle. I ended up getting a tile that let my city become, instead of 3x4, 4x4. So I got an extra 4 tiles. I went really heavy on special tiles that like score points based on other things in your city. Megan went really heavy on some adjacency bonuses and stuff. She was ahead of me the entire game. I passed her by like 3 points in the final scoring round, and so I won. But we both, like, multiple times throughout the game were like, early, like round 1 or 2, I was like, I think I like this. Round 4 was like, I really think I like this. And then like by the end of it, it was like, okay, yeah, no, this is a solid game. Like, it's fun to play, really quick and easy to set up and teach. Like, yeah.
I believe it has the Nick stamp of approval.
Yep. I mentioned it in the Discord, and Nick was immediately like, no, I think that's the best of that style of game. And
nice. Cool.
I liked it. So
I'll try it at some point.
Expect to see it in my game night bag going forward for a little bit.
Cool.
Other than that, I can't think of anything else I've super played in the last month or so. I've been
What about regular played?
Also, no.
I do have one more of just a mention on played Werewords again.
Oh, nice.
And as the werewolf, there's nothing more disappointing. When I look up and I see the word and it's like North Dakota, it's like, something like super, super fucking simple. But it's like, which I'm sure also if you're the seer, you just fucking love when you see that, because you're just like, I don't have to do shit. Because I remember I saw it in the werewolf, and then because it's very easy to get to that, right? It's nothing nebulous. You don't have to like try and figure out how to get the world like golden handcuffs or anything like that. It's just, it's a place. Great. Is it a country? No. Is it a city? No. Is it a state? Yes. And then bam, it's just, so there are times now where I want to just be like, I see that as the werewolf, and I really just want to be like, is it North Dakota? All right, I just need to figure out who it is, and then we'll just go on to another round.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's against the spirit of the game, so I
A
haven't
little
done
bit.
that yet. But there are definitely times where I'm just like, God damn it.
Well, that's also why we play on like ultra hard or whatever,
Yeah.
where the words become very philosophical in their definition.
Is it a person? No. Is it a place? No. Is it a thing? No. Is it a concept?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Also no.
No, I remember when I was
Question mark?
when I was the mayor for that. The word I ended up choosing was Armageddon, but it was a capital A, so I went with movie.
Okay.
And like the movie Armageddon, and so the seer definitely thought I was a werewolf for a while because it's like they're like, "What are you doing?" And like why are you answering these in this way? Because I have found when it's a movie, if you say it's physical, because I mean, movies have physical things like DVDs and shit like that, they never get it.
No.
They never fucking get it if you ever say physical as a concept.
Is a movie a physical object?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's
and
ephemeral.
so they were just like, I thought you were a werewolf for the longest fucking time. And then they also asked a question that made me go like, what the, like in my, like I almost want to be like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you asking that? Because it was such an obvious question. And then it turns out it was a play on words on something that someone else said. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. But I was just like, see or shut the fuck up.
You bitch.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
But it had as a word drop bear. And I was just
nice.
I don't know how to get to that one.
Yeah, no, that'd be a tough one.
Yeah. So I still like that game though.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
Real quick, Jeff, before you talk about anything you've played, we're moving on to the port.
Uh-huh.
And
Means I have to pound. Oh no, we have separate glasses.
We have
for-
separate glasses.
Separate
Take your
glasses
time.
for port.
But I remembered some people may have already seen. I already took off the top of the foil, but I wanted to show off. So this is my fancy. It's kind of dirty, but this is my contraption for opening bottles of wine. So here, it's got this little guy. This nice little. It's got 4 little blades. Cuts off the top, real nice and clean.
Mm.
And you take this, crank it back. It's ridiculous. I would have never bought this for myself. I got it for a Christmas gift randomly, and it's become like my favorite. You just go bloop and then boop.
And you don't even have to like turn it.
Jesus Christ!
I
wasn't paying attention. I've been
that
watching the stream.
that came out and I was just like, I feel like there's nothing. Yeah, there you go.
Nope.
No.
Wow. It has never failed me until literally right now, and I am really unhappy about it.
Do you have to,
Did it
to
push-
have it
did
down and then pull it up?
Did it push the cork all the way into the bottle?
Not yet, but it's close.
Like, okay. You push it there and now do you
Yep. So
pull-
it's supposed to twist one way, and then when you pull straight up, yeah, see, there we go.
Okay.
You went too fast.
No, yeah, I think I did. The cork also I saw is spinning like as it like it's just
only
not a very tight.
It's only a port cork.
Yeah, it's not. And then it comes out.
only
And
made for-
then you can go back down and clamp it and reverse, and it holds it and pops it off the bottom.
See,
We got there in the end, and it
it's
didn't
only-
make a big mess, but
it's only made
God damn,
for
that failed.
wine corks, not port corks.
Yeah.
clearly, well, that was so anticlimactic, and now I
Mhm.
feel like a fool.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's on par.
I think I know why. I'm pretty sure that cork is fortified. So I think that was the
It
problem.
is. You can tell by how dark it is. It is also like I'm used to like pulling out like wine corks, and like I think it is just that this is so much looser. Like
Cheaper.
I'm used to being able to get a wine cork like not back in the bottle. and
Yeah.
that-
I wonder if I think maybe it's a cork alternative.
It is definitely synthetic. It is
Yes.
not actual cork, but which is funny because this was a relatively pricey bottle of port. I didn't go cheap on this port.
$18 or
60.
oh wow, it's $20 a person.
Accurate.
That's where our Patreon money for the last 3
Yeah,
months have
I
gone
didn't
to.
even think about doing that until Mike Jones said it in the chat, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Shit, this is a celebratory bottle for a celebrate."
Yeah.
It totally could be.
Yeah, we could have gotten way nicer port.
Yeah.
Is there a nicer port? I don't know
I
what
mean,
nice port
I'm
is.
sure
Yeah.
$60 is not the upper
Echelon.
limit. Yeah.
What is nice? What is the difference between nice port?
I don't know. I know that at my wedding, which happened this year,
Adrian, fucking stop it. Stop
I-
spilling shit.
just one drop.
What's he doing?
He's spilling shit.
Where?
Right there.
There's
There's a spot right there.
one
And
drop.
he did it with the beer over
No,
here.
no,
Jesus
the
Christ,
beers.
Adrian.
I did not do the beers, but I don't know where they
This
came from.
neoprene mat that
Yeah.
we used like 3 times.
Yeah. Smells like port.
Does smell like port.
It does.
Cheers,
Cheers.
cheers, cheers.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. No,
Jesus Christ. Didn't even
What
make
a
fucking eye
Yeah.
contact.
monster.
That's good.
Oh yeah, that is a nice sport. There you go. Jeff, what have you been playing?
Nothing.
Sounds.
I played some Star Realms.
Okay.
We were going to play Descent,
Oh,
but
that's
Thursby got sick.
Everybody fucking gets
Yeah.
sick.
Dude, everybody's been sick.
I did go to game night at Strange. What was that last Wednesday? This last Wednesday?
It was. Yeah.
I did go to that on a whim and didn't play anything. I watched
What did you watch?
Paul finish something.
Finish something.
Don't remember what it was.
I am pretty certain you mean finish like finishing a race. I heard finish like as in a Finn person.
Someone from Finland.
Yes.
Yes, Paul famously
Men at Work?
finish. Was it Men at Work? Well, I mean, she was also playing. Danny was playing,
Okay.
so she would know exactly what they were finishing,
Well, there
Yeah.
you go.
which was Men at Work.
Oh, so I also was thinking that the name of the game included finish. Not
it
you
was
were
the-
watching them finish a game.
It was
Yes.
the Finnish version of Men at Work.
Yes,
There you go.
it
It
is
wasn't-
very language exclusive,
Yeah.
or whatever it's called,
independent.
independent. Yeah. And then Allison was there, which blew my mind. Not because she was there, but because she had a twin deck of Marlboro cigarette branded playing cards.
Oh, that's right. We were playing cribbage. Yeah.
They're red and white sets with Marlboro Man on the back in silhouette from like 1991, which was the exact same set of cards that me and my sister and my grandparents used on all of our travel for all eternity. And I was like, holy fuck, where the hell did you get these cards from? I haven't seen these in many, many, many decades. And she's like, yeah, I picked them up at a thrift store or something like that. One of the decks was still sealed. And I was like, I have no idea where they got. My grandparents got these cards from. And then now that they have reappeared.
I wasn't sure which Allison you were talking about, but once you said thrift store, I now know which Allison you're talking about.
So yeah, I took a picture and sent it to my sister, and she's like, where the fuck did you find those?
That's pretty great.
Yeah, she had distinct memories of us using those cards and all the time.
Nice.
Nice.
There's a bunch of people I don't know in the back
Yeah.
playing games. I don't
did
even know.
not-
I don't even know who those people are
I did
anymore.
not go back there. I did renew my
Mugs.
my mug for the year. for
Renewed my
Strange.
mug club. That's really why I went.
Yeah.
Had my T-shirt still in my glass from last year.
Yep.
Great move. I mean,
Uh-huh.
to be fair, they don't get it until like halfway through the year.
Yeah.
Sure. And then I chit-chatted with Tyler for a little while.
Yeah.
Had a strangely epic.
There you go.
It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. They had a mango tahini sour, which didn't only had vague hints of mango or tahini, but it just tasted like a kettle sour, which
Mm.
was good.
Mm.
So it was
Oh,
like one of those
okay.
things of like, okay, there is flavor. They are saying there's flavor here, and I taste a little bit here, but it really just tastes like a generic sour. But I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So
Right on.
But yeah, my app Star Realms playing continues endlessly, along with Marvel Snap and Hearthstone.
There you go. I feel like I have almost certainly played some Ticket to Ride Legacy since
Mhm.
last time I recorded. But I feel like Replacement
Since
Radio.
like we recorded, or when
Since-
Replacement Radio.
since we
recorded?
recorded, I feel like
Wow.
Replacement Radio covered
They did.
more
They did.
than
They
did.
enough
Yes.
about
since 40% of the game was there.
that. They were I like how they were like, oh, I'm sure Adrian's talked about this on the podcast,
No.
and then they just went no. Like, no,
Blasted.
I had not talked once about the way that map expands, other than like the very
The puzzle- I
beginning
mean,
and that they're puzzle pieces.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
hadn't
it's
talked
pretty
about what
obvious that it's going to be a
regions-
puzzle piece.
Yeah, you open it and you can see the jigsaw
Yeah.
shapes. No, I hadn't talked about, any of the bits we had opened or exposed or where things were headed.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't
More like
talked,
Ticket to Ride North America.
also mostly true.
Yeah. There was one part where they went a little too far, so I was like, I'll snip that. But otherwise, I was like, whatever.
Now I kind of want to go back and listen about where they went too far.
Well, you have
Here's
the
what
raw
said.
files.
I do have
You do have the raw files. I mean, I can
True.
tell you after we are done
Also,
here.
sure.
You just, and you know what? No,
There was
make 'em
something.
find it.
There was something else that Replacement Radio.
I heard you got
spoiled. a little heavy
your
on.
future campaign in D&D.
Yeah, that was one too. Although that one, even as he was going on about that, and Wes was like, "Oh yeah, like I think there's gonna play in it. There's this like plague, and like they'll be out to sea, and then they'll come back in, and it'll be like, oh, there's like a sickness, and they'll go out to sea, and they'll come back and be like, oh no, this sickness is spreading." Like, and I was like, I feel like that's something that you would cover like early, like in like session 0. Like, oh hey, by the way, there's gonna be
No, that's
this
the
thing.
late game twist.
I mean, I'll just try to forget it.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably will.
We'll see. I also did like how many times throughout the episode they referenced that we would not ever listen to the episode, and yet we all did listen to the episode.
Well, I had to listen to it because I was editing it.
Well,
And
Zach listened to 100%.
I listened to it. I did listen to 100% of it because they were. I'm assuming at some point they were told, "Hey, try to take notes." And then the note they had like one line of
word.
note. Yeah.
No, it was on the page as I got here earlier. Penultimate, aka takeover. Penultimate. There's 2 timestamps. One at 1 minute 56 seconds and one at 53:08.
Yep. I used those, which were nice. Although one of them was just a pause, like it was nothing. It was just this pause could be something. It was not.
Well, because that was Ant going to the restroom. So, Ant, like I was downstairs playing video games. I think he was playing Void Crew.
Yeah.
And Ant comes downstairs, goes to the bathroom, and he goes back up. And I was like, all right, I think I said like, hey, how's it going? He's like, oh, it's going good. And then like a minute later, I hear, Adrian, can you come up here, please? And I come up, and they're like, we hit spacebar when Ant went to the bathroom, and that paused it, and we don't know how to get it started again.
I did see that. Okay, that does make sense.
And so that's where they were like, they weren't sure like how well that would transition and
It
what
was
the
fine.
pause.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think it's gonna be fine,
Yeah.
guys. Just hit fucking Control R again, because that was the thing. So they hit spacebar to pause, and that worked great.
Yeah.
And then hit spacebar to resume, but spacebar once you then it goes into playback, and so it started playing back from the beginning, and they were like, shit.
I did appreciate them saying like giving Jeff a shout out for taking notes. To being like, this is a lot harder than we thought it would be. And I do, and I have appreciated those, Jeff, because several years ago it was like I don't have, especially editing this one now and listening to it, I'm like, I don't have time for this anymore.
Yeah.
So it was nice to be able to reference things and be able to, because otherwise I was like, I don't know where things are.
And people in Discord have talked about times when we're like, oh yeah, we'll edit this out, and then it never gets edited.
Yeah.
It's because that doesn't make it in the notes.
Yes.
Like Zach edits based on what gets put on the paper. So Jeff is the true arbiter of what gets cut and what does not get cut.
Cut everything Adrian says.
Done. I'll just delete the line. It'll be super easy.
You'll just occasionally hear my voice when it chirps into you guys' microphones.
Exactly. Oh, well, I'll do the voice limiter thing, so it'll reduce that down, then edit out, then truncate the
It's
silences.
106.11, by the way.
Oh,
I got that
perfect.
down for it.
Perfect. Glad we got that in.
I usually put cuts in parentheses.
Yes. No, but I mean, there are a lot of times where you'll still mark something as a cut, and it's like, I think it's funnier, or it works well to keep
And
still keep it in.
that's the collaborative effort.
Exactly.
And that's where you got to cut out the part where we say, hey, we'll cut this.
Yeah.
That way nobody ever knows.
Then there's no way to know.
Then there's no way to know.
Unless we now know.
Unless we
Well,
know.
now we know.
Now we know. We know now, don't we?
Cool.
Yeah.
Banter? Anybody have any banter that hasn't already been bantered?
We've been playing.
I
Go ahead.
played. I'm going to start.
Go for
All
it.
right.
Because I've been on a specific kick.
And not even Void Crew.
A specific kick, so much so that he had to buy a monitor.
A monitor that costs almost as much as my TV.
Dear God.
My grandmother, after my grandfather passed away, they sold the house. My grandmother gave a bunch of money to all the kids from the house. So I got a check in the mail, which more than enough covered a monitor purchase of like $1,300.
Jesus. That costs more than my computer. Fuck TV.
Yeah. My TV was also very expensive, so that's the only reason that it is not as expensive as my TV.
Yeah.
Zach has an even newer model than my TV.
The 1 year newer one, yeah.
I got
The difference between us is I actually use my TV.
Correct.
He does not use it.
Yes. Unless it's Formula One. That's usually
true.
what I use it for.
One room.
Yeah, I've been on the PC more, so I mean, I have plenty of console games I need to play. But anyways, I I was like, man, I really, really want to play Alan Wake 2. But boy, have I not played a lot of Remedy games. So I have played through and beaten over the last, I don't know, 6 weeks to 2 months. Alan Wake, American Nightmare, Max Payne 3,
Ooh,
Quantum Break.
I mean, Max Payne 3 is technically a Rockstar game.
It is technically, but it is also
Yes.
Alan Wake
I do
Remedy-verse
I do
related.
love me some Max Payne, and I was very sad to see when he died.
Are
Yes.
Max Payne and Quantum Break
Yes.
in this universe? Are they important? Do they even Easter egg
They are
wise?
part of, yes, I think so.
Okay.
I have not seen them yet.
So maybe.
And then this all started with me playing Control again.
Yeah.
Because I played it when it came out, and I didn't play it with the DLC, and I didn't have the save anymore, so I just played it again.
I did that as well.
Hey, Jeff, it didn't catch me in the first 30 minutes. Could you sell me on it?
Nah. Nah. I don't have time for that bullshit.
Yep.
It's one of the best games ever. Sure. So I played through all of that. I played through the Control and all the DLCs before I went and played Alan Wake and American Nightmare. And so now I think I've played all Remedy games that are playable. So there's another game they did that was bad called Crossfire X. It was like a first-person shooter or something like that with like weird, like, it's like, we're just going to release campaigns every once in a while.
When did this come out?
20, I don't know. It got a 3 out of 10.
That sounds right.
It was not very good, but apparently there was some Alan Wake content in there at some point or another because it was made by Remedy.
Sure.
I've got to say, they are like the best people. They're the only ones I've seen that have been able to get like full like video in like full motion video in a game,
like actual people video,
actual people to work
on top of like computer generated imagery.
Sure. Yes.
Of a video game that you would play.
No, it was amazing in Control. Like
Yes.
when you come across little videos and things of
Yeah. But this apparently has some sort of crazy, like, I haven't gotten to that part yet, but where there's like real people that you see at the same time in your video game, like as like visions and shit. Yeah. And that game, I played the first chapter last night. So I bought this new monitor because I'm like, I'm going to play that game and it's going to look fucking good. And it does.
Because it's an OLED to like 4K.
It's a 4K 240
and
32-inch curved.
And I'm sure that you're using all of that to its full capacity. I'm sure.
I went into Cyberpunk and I maxed everything out and did a benchmark. I got 8 frames. Total.
But each one of those frames looked fucking nice.
What?
So, the benchmark was like, I don't know, 5 minutes, and I only saw 8 frames the whole time.
What do you think is holding you back?
I don't think it's possible with anything that's not absurdly expensive.
Okay.
Like
Physics, I'm going to say, is holding you back.
Like you need SLI 4090s, two 4090s, some insane like workstation CPU.
And you probably have to have DLSS turned on even to get it. Like, if you tried to,
I don't think it's possible to get that thing maxed out with anything in a reasonable consumer machine.
Which is fucking crazy.
Yes.
Almost
Alan Wake is very close to that. I have to have the DLSS on balanced or performance to run 4K with HDR and any amount of ray tracing. If I turn on like the path tracing ray tracing, no go.
Yeah. I've been thinking of possibly getting it on my PS5 because I don't know how well my computer would do.
Yeah, just get it on a console and it'll run great and it'll look great. Even if I turn all that stuff down, the game still looks phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, it's on PS5?
Yeah. It's on consoles.
Yeah. If you try to get it on PC, you'd have to go through Epic.
Yeah, so I'd probably...
Yeah, it is published by Epic, which is why it won't ever see...
Yeah. I'll go like 30% with you if you let me use it and I give it back to you.
It's not expensive, and it's
like
digital only. There is no physical release for this game.
You have to buy it on digital.
So then we can't share.
People were up in arms because that did not get a physical release.
Well, don't worry. nobody
It was
has ever
basically
taken away a
cost
digital
savings.
thing that you've bought.
Never has
Never.
happened.
No.
It's not on a PlayStation, especially.
No.
No.
PlayStation would never.
No, I trust Sony.
And if they did, it wasn't their fault. It was somebody else's fault,
Yeah.
I'm
It
sure.
was probably Warner Brothers.
If they did, it was
or
bad.
Discovery or
It was
whatever.
bad TV, so
it
who
was
cares?
Discovery.
Yeah, it was Discovery.
But yeah, I've been pounding the absolute shit out of all the Remedy games.
Okay.
I like 100%ed Quantum Break and Max Payne 3. I could do Alan Wake, but I remembered back too late after I started, they locked certain content behind difficulty. So you had to play on hard or nightmare to
Alan
get
Wake?
certain like manuscript pages.
Oh,
Yeah, it was based on difficulty because this was 360 and it was collect-a-thon. It was like
Yeah, that's
collect
true.
117 coffee thermoses.
that was the beginning heyday of fucking achievements.
Yeah, because Remedy was tied up with Microsoft and Xbox, so they were like, achievement. We need more achievements.
And to entice you more on Alan Wake 2, the guy who's the face of, and I guess voice of Max Payne is in Alan Wake 2 as a different character.
No.
No.
Oh, okay. So, Sam Lake,
Yeah.
who is the voice or is the face of Max Payne 1 and 2,
Yeah.
who is
I thought he did the voice too.
no, the guy that died did the voice.
And I thought that's
That
not
is-
him.
No,
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, yeah. Either way.
he is super Finnish, and will definitely not be that voice.
Okay.
It's come full circle. Finish.
Yep.
Yes, it did. When you said that, I was like, I'm going to talk about that shit later.
Yeah.
They are from Finland. Even so, like the guy that is Max Payne, his voice is also super Finnish and is voiced over by the guy that did Dr. Darling in Control. That is the voice of Max Payne and the voice of Alan Wake.
Okay.
And then the guy that passed away, that I don't remember his name, is the voice of Max Payne.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the face of Sam Lake, who is the writer, director, like grand
Yeah. Of
developer of
Remedy.
Of Remedy.
Yeah.
He comes up with all the cool shit. I love Sam Lake now more than ever.
Yeah.
He has a great TikTok. It's just him drinking coffee just around.
Nice.
He loves coffee.
Yeah.
and,
Coffee's a good thing to love.
and
It is.
and it really ties in with the game because it seems like every time he drinks, like both people drink at the same time. And that's all he does in his TikToks. It's everyone just drinking coffee at the same time.
Okay.
Nice.
Anthony just Prime subscribed.
Well, they talked about it in the MHRR.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Wes unsubscribed from us.
Yes,
That
he did.
bitch.
And then Zach made them all say emails at the same time.
Although Zach didn't do anything to fix that.
No, they did it.
That was all them.
That was all them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you fudged it.
No.
No,
Well, it sounded great.
I do love. I mean, granted, I think none of them have listened regularly in ages. I thought
Kaiser
it was.
still listens.
I thought it was great that they could not remember the cadence that Jeff says.
Uh-huh.
Emails.
Emails at
At
milehighgameguys.com.
Because I have that shit perma-wired
Uh-huh.
into my goddamn
yeah.
brain.
Emails.
Wake up in a cold sweat at night. Emails.
Emails. So I've been playing all the Remedy games. I spent most of yesterday when I got the monitor, like fiddling with all the HDR settings. And I've realized by my research that Windows 10 fucking sucks for HDR hard.
Sounds right.
And you really need Windows 11.
But Windows 11 sucks.
But Windows 11 sucks. So I basically had to be like, well, no more automatic HDR settings. I have to set everything myself. And it looked great after many hours of finding that out. Because it was like, I know what white looks like. And this is not white. This is gray. How do I change this? And it's like, oh, we have your like power saving. No, fuck that. I am not power saving on this monitor in any way, shape, or form.
For what it's worth, anybody who's wondering what white looks like, it looks like what you see when you watch us stream.
I think they also made that joke.
Probably.
Yes. The replacements.
Yeah, just look at the reflection on
It
Jeff's
is-
face.
it
and
is
then that's
bright.
But not this bruise. Right?
No.
Bad.
It's hard to see.
That
I
is a
think you
good
need to see
one.
them on my screen. I think you need to see it. The but you will see it more.
Just put your arm back.
Yeah, just put it back and then you can see it. Yeah.
It shows you the contrast between white and purple. I'll probably get back into World of Warcraft here now that the final patch just dropped today.
Wait, final? Like
of
ever?
this expansion.
Oh, okay.
The final bigger one. There's going to be some little small ones, but it's
the final content patch, I think.
super content before the pre-patch. Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
Jesus.
which comes before the new expansion.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got me with the 12-month subscription with the mounts, so I'm in it. I'm just hopping, and then
you get a mount for having the 12-month expansion, and then you get the 6-month subscription mounts also when those release, because they only do those in
Every
chunks.
6.
And then you get those because you have the year,
which they just did another one, which was a wood dragon. So
wow,
yeah,
cool.
And I'm saving money technically.
Oh wow! I mean, if you're saving money,
I think it's still
Zach.
$12.99.
It is.
A month.
It is the same price as the 6-month one
because there was only 6-month available.
Yeah,
until they did the year.
But World of Warcraft still has the gall to be like, you want to play your game? It's still $15 a month. 19 years in, they're still like, nope, still $15 a month.
And Ofer was like, servers have become absurdly so much cheaper to be able to host all of that bullshit that they are making way more money than they used to.
Mm-hmm.
Like that money used to be like used. Now it's just stock
basically free. Yeah,
stock buybacks.
At least it's Microsoft stock now.
True.
Yeah. People were like, I wonder if they're going to roll a World of Warcraft subscription into Game Pass.
That would be a very dumb decision.
Yes, it would.
There's no way
they would
they
make
do that.
much less money.
They are not stupid.
But I think people at Blizzard have already been like, we are so much happier that we don't have to be bothered by Activision anymore.
Yeah.
Microsoft is our bosses now. And that's basically, I think, hopefully what will happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And they got the old voice of Thrall back in the company. And he went
to a board game studio for a little while. I don't think they actually released any games, but I think the studio might still be around.
Yeah.
This industry is a disaster.
Yeah. Which is why in the newest video or the cinematic for the new expansion, it's like, oh, Thrall's back now. They can use his voice.
Wow.
But it's also the best cinematic they've ever done visual wise. It
Absolutely
is ridiculous looking.
I think we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I got an Oculus Quest.
Oh.
MetaQuest.
Is this your third or fourth VR?
It is my fourth VR headset.
Oh, dear.
It is the third one from the Oculus Quest / MetaQuest line. It is.
Do you want to guess what his board game studio was called? Thrall. The voice actor of Thrall. What was his board game studio called?
It's got to be Thrall.
No. Like Warsaw. What is it?
War Chief Gaming.
God, I was like Warsaw. God damn it. I was at least half.
It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah, War Chief Gaming makes sense. Yeah. But I've been playing. I played some mini golf with my friend, and I'll tell you this thing
in VR.
It definitely looks better than the other ones. Like they keep getting better, and they have new types of lenses, so it's 40% shorter. Like the
War Chief Gaming update, they have released an RPG system.
Okay.
Wow. Now we know.
But the problem is that my head is just a little too big for it to wear glasses with. So I like look at it. I'm like, I feel like I can tell this looks better, but it does look worse because I don't have my glasses on. I did buy the lenses that you can put into them.
I was gonna say I did that for my Index within a week.
They're I'm waiting for these ones are magnetic too, so you could pop them off. I'm waiting for them to finish making them, but I'm looking forward to it. Played mini golf with my friend. I love playing that. Is great. Just shitting around.
Is it crossplay?
I would assume so. I don't know.
Because I'd probably fuck around and play mini golf sometime.
Have you ever done their mini? Oh, it's great. My favorite thing about it is that
Quest. I only have an Index.
I know, but it's called Walkabout. I'm pretty sure it's on Steam.
Okay.
But the best thing about it is,
but also the Index runs everything. You can get whatever store.
Yeah,
sure.
Is you can do a bird's eye view to be actually look at the course, and it looks really small. If you are a regular person, when the other person goes bird's eye view, a giant head appears in the sky.
You've talked about this before.
Yeah. And then they can come towards you, and you're just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. No, but even playing PSVR 2, which does technically look better.
Do you have that?
I do. Yeah, that was the third thing I bought.
Oh,
So,
I didn't know you ever got a PSVR
yes.
too.
I'm sure I talked about it on here.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I've been on the fence about one for a while.
So as much
How
as
sultry.
yeah, I feel like you're trying to seduce me. I don't like the
Convince me to spend money,
no.
Zach.
No. As much as I like it, I still prefer the Quest 3 because it's wireless. Wireless, like
that is my
VR
biggest complaint with the Index is there's so many wires on the Index.
Even the PSVR is one wire. 0 wires to 1 wire is a world of fucking difference. Even though the headset technically is better, it has a little less resolution, but it's an OLED screen. I can wear my glasses on it, and the controllers are a lot better. But there's just something about wireless that just is amazing. Also, this one fits on like the balance on this head is really good because I got a new strap for it that also has a battery pack that you can hot swap. So the batteries last longer.
It was cool.
So, yeah.
Hot swapping's nice.
Yeah. That's all I got.
I don't like how quiet it got
That's
after
fine.
I said hot swapping's nice. That was an uncomfortable silence.
Just remembering your submarine days, or
Yeah, it's just hot swapping.
Hot racking is what that is called.
it's very
And-
similar. Similar but different.
I thankfully never had to do it, but it is as awful as it sounds.
Sounds bad.
How long has it been so far?
A little over an hour.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half. I have a feeling we may want to move on to the other things just
Stuff.
because it may take
Oh yeah, because I mean,
that may
9
we have-
emails and a bunch of stats.
yeah.
yes,
And then however sappy we want to get after we move halfway through this bottle of port.
Exactly.
Tears. I'm
Tears.
going for tears.
Okay.
is that a Always Sunny reference?
not
No, it's like I'm going for gasps. Something that I didn't bring up when I was talking about Remedy.
Yeah.
Quantum Break is like the best 2 out of 5 game I've ever played.
I've heard. I remember people really shit on it when it
It's
first came out.
The story and graphics are amazing.
Yeah.
And I hated playing it the entire time.
Gotcha. Now, I had heard some people liked it more when they tried to. So it has something about cover shooting. Or
Yes.
Yeah. Of just get away from that and just play it. Just be super aggressive with it.
Yes.
And then I heard that they liked it better doing that.
Yes. Because there's no shoot while you're just moving with the
Right.
right trigger.
Mhm.
You have to be aiming down sights to be able to shoot. There's no
Gotcha.
shooting blind fire over cover. The
Mhm.
right trigger does nothing unless you're holding the left trigger.
Gotcha.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
What game is this?
Quantum Break.
Oh,
I was trying to say it was the best. It was the best 2 out of 5 game I've ever played.
See, I have it on my Game Pass on my Xbox, and so I didn't realize it was the same group.
Yes. So that's where you see the actress who plays Jessie in their games for the first time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
She is in Quantum Break.
Oh.
And then Iceman. Does everyone remember Iceman from the first X-Men movie or the second X-Men movie?
Not Val Kilmer, Iceman from Top Gun?
No.
No.
Vaguely.
Yes.
He's a
twin.
Has anyone seen The Boys and remember
Yes.
Lamplighter?
Yes.
That actor.
Oh.
He's Quantum Break guy.
Oh.
Also, the sheriff in.
So he's a twin, I think.
Are they both actors?
Yes.
Oh.
I think one of them is Iceman and the other one is Lamplighter.
I have no idea which one's in the Remedy games.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
So I have
They
no
have
idea.
both been, or one of them is the superhero and the other one is in CWs. They're both actors. They're both do shit, but they both have a niche that they fill.
Gotcha.
So
wild.
Yes.
One of them is in Remedy games.
Who knows which one?
Yes, but also Quantum Break. Play with cheats. It makes it way more tolerable.
Did you play what level? What difficulty did you play?
Hard.
Okay.
With cheats.
Okay.
I just wanted to get through it.
Is cheats a thing you can do on Game Pass?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if it's old
with
school.
the correct trainer. I can't explain those things right now.
Okay.
Can't do it.
Cool.
Adrian, we need another fill.
I've just been waiting.
Yeah. Hang on.
What is the ABV on the port?
Not low. Highest thing we've drank tonight.
That's what. Yeah.
20%.
Yeah, that's what I would. That's a port.
All right. So should we move? Do we want to do emails first or
No,
stats?
emails
first?
last.
Emails
Emails
last.
always
So
last.
stats time.
Stats time. All right. Okay.
Hottest stats
Ever.
I mean, technically not, because it's not technically up to date with the
That's true.
most recent episode.
Yes.
But
It is. These stats are as
but it's the MHGG stats does not count replacement radio.
correct.
AKA those guys are frauds.
Yeah. I really did like how they just dug into you, Jeff, for
Constantly.
in the email section because you had the nerve to name it a different something else.
Oh yeah, I just was like visitor version. I
Yeah.
didn't know what the fuck they were going to call it.
And I just saw Jeff's email and riffed off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
So we're saying
went
I
hard
came up
on
with a
it.
creative idea that someone else.
Apparently, there was a bunch of discussion about it in a group chat somewhere that I didn't pay
Yes,
attention
that's
to.
what. That's what I heard.
The other thing I will say real
Mhm.
quickly about them. Well, no, I'll save it till the end. I'll
Okay.
save it. So
All right.
hot stats.
Hot stats. Okay. So once again, these
You could pull up the stats if you wanted to pull up the stats.
no.
Don't do that.
Don't do that yet because
Okay.
yeah, there's a lot of
there's not context if we
There's
just
not
pull it up,
context.
Jeff.
and there's a lot of other things in that.
That he doesn't want us to see.
It's
It's a
ever
lo-
anything
it's a
I've
lot
ever
of-
anything that I've made like notes on. So this also gave me a chance to look at all of the lists that we've ever did.
It's a lot of N words in here.
It is not. Okay. So
Sorry, M words.
Thank you, thank you.
MHGG.
Yeah. So there is these are as of January 7th. I also do not have okay, cool. No, it's fine. I didn't have the Twitch up anymore because the screen took up a third of my phone and I
Yes,
was like,
yes.
I
Fair,
don't
fair,
have enough
fair.
space for that. So I can't see any messages here and there. Okay, so these stats are as of January 7th because I had worked several hours on them and then Jeff had the nerve to get sick.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm not
How
updating.
dare
hey, you know what? We gave you a deadline,
Yeah.
and we had plenty of time after that deadline.
Oh, I understand.
That was actually by design.
Yeah.
Jeff and I coordinated the whole getting sick
You
thing.
son of a
I was
bitch.
just pounding Dayquil for no reason.
Wouldn't be the first time, Jeff.
yeah,
Wouldn't be
I
the
was
first time.
gonna
No,
say,
sorry.
fun-
NyQuil. NyQuil is
I
the
was just
peak.
say fun is a reason.
Okay. So, for the context of all of this, as of January 7th, total downloads 286,873,
God damn it.
Quarter million.
quarter
Only
million,
a quarter million.
of which 248,750 I can actually get data on because
Libsyn,
Libsyn, we started in where did I put it?
July.
We
June.
started I had this somewhere and I anyway, so we started in January or July of 2016.
In July.
July.
Bring back that Southern lawyer voice.
Yes.
Dinosaur lawyer.
Dinosaur lawyer. Oh. July of 2016 we started, and then November 1st of 2017 Libsyn moved to a new stat system, and then 38,123 downloads just not disappeared, but they're like
It's hard to find
But-
evidence.
of like before this date is 38,000, but that's all we know.
Okay.
So, the average length of the podcast episode is 1.5 hours. I don't know if you knew this.
90 minutes.
That's the average?
That's the average.
That is shocking to me,
Yeah.
I'm
honestly.
trying to figure out where you're at on this.
Like I
sheet.
said, this is why I was like, don't show it because
Oh, okay.
I
It just
have-
kind of jumps around.
Just
Got
kinda
it.
It's a-
jumps
it's-
around.
It's a Zach system.
It's a Zach system.
No one else will understand it.
Yes.
jump around.
Jump around. So, top episodes, ones that people like the most,
Uh-oh.
downloaded the most.
Yeah, they're all reviews.
No, surprisingly not.
Suck it,
MHGG
Paul.
review, Brass, Lancashire, and Birmingham. Number
Yeah.
one, 1,219 downloads.
Great game.
Games.
Games.
Yeah, basically. the same game.
The next one
Yes, they are.
was a list, MHGG list, top 10 replacement games. 1,080 downloads.
1080.
1080. We actually had 8 episodes. There were more than 1,000 downloads.
Nice.
Yeah. The next one, number 3, was episode 174, Coldy Sack. Don't know why.
Coldy
Sack. It is.
Wow.
Yeah. 1,060.
Also are like
It is
only one of 2 actual regular ass podcast episodes in the top episodes.
Yeah. Well, so the next, okay, so that is the top regular episode, and that is
our standard numbered episode.
standard
172, you said?
174.
74.
And that is the highest one of the new format, because I don't know if you guys remember, after the 1 year mark, we switched and we split episodes.
Yes.
Previously,
that is correct.
Because we were doing episodes and reviews.
Yes. Getting to that in a second, our highest discussion episode. Remember when we used to discuss things?
I do.
Managing collections.
Yeah, it's an important one.
840. This was
Especially recently.
Yeah, this was rank 30. This is our 30th episode. MHGG Rundown, Gen Con 2019 Day 2. This is our highest rundown episode of us just talking about games.
What year?
2019 Day 2.
Was that the Omni? Was that
It
were
may have
we
been.
on a like
Oh,
a
no.
20th floor patio while
Yeah.
recording this?
This may be, yeah.
No.
Why no?
What?
No.
Like that, the 20th floor patio.
That was when we were in the like 2-story like
you weren't
corner
here.
penthouse.
You weren't there, Adrian.
It was like
Oh, I thought this was the episode we recorded where we threw an Omni mic in the middle of
No,
the
no,
fucking
Omni Hotel.
8-person table.
No.
Oh, don't worry. We'll talk about that.
Omni Hotel.
We'll talk
I
about
thought you
the
meant
hotel.
omni-directional mic.
We'll talk about that one later. It's fine. So that was our highest rundown episode of people just listening. There, like a lot of the 2019 ones are around that area of. This was number 61 in terms of rank.
174 was also an Ant guest episode.
Oh, dear.
Battlestar Galactica, Marvel Champions, Stockpile, War of the Ring, Cave vs. Cave, Patchwork Le Havre, Bloody Minute
Jesus,
Grand Edition, which was 13 minutes, Warhammer, Football, D&D, Michael Bay movies, Ready or Not,
Well, Ant was on. Of course, Ready or Not's on.
Fort.
He hate watches that movie.
Fort, Fantasy Flight Interactive and RPG Shutdown, Fury of Dracula app, Pacific Rails Kickstarter, Paulo's YouTube Corner, and we promoted Tortuga
Paulo.
2099.
Remember when we were sponsored by someone? Someone
Yeah.
gave us money to do this. That
I know.
wasn't. It was
And COVID happened,
Yeah, and
but,
then
you know.
COVID
Hey,
happened.
also, fucking Paulo's Corner.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the fuck happened to Paulo?
I don't know. He's probably still there.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, they still
And-
go up on YouTube, right?
Cave vs. Cave just moved to the fucking donate pile.
Speaking of managing collections.
Speaking of managing collections, it's all coming full circle.
Mhm.
Anyways,
Anyways,
All right. So the next one, episode 11, the Game Night Cast, How to Run Board Games. This is our first format of where somehow we would talk about
how to run game nights.
how to run game nights. Somehow we would talk about banter, games we've been playing, news, Kickstarter, and then reviews or discussions all within a certain amount of time.
like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah. This was ranked 68.
Okay.
So close.
So close.
770 downloads. Mile High or MHGG put to the question 4, the questioning. This is
I do have to say, episode 11, hour 27 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah. It is
Wild.
currently what right now?
Currently what?
It is
The-
currently
the
what
length
right
of
now?
this episode?
Oh, we're like hour 40.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Yep. Hour 39, 42,
Exactly.
43, 44.
Yep. So this one, 722 downloads. And this one was ranked 110.
Okay.
So note from 770 to 722 downloads, we went down about 42 ranks. So like a good amount of, episodes got in that range, 750-ish. MHGG Roleplay Dread Under the Mask Part 1. That was our best roleplay.
Okay.
Or
What was Under the Mask?
that was the first one. Remember
That
where I
was the first
died
one.
super early? I
Was
stabbed
Under the Mask the name of the one with the what was my character's name?
Yes.
Quinn.
The Quinn
The
Zone.
Quinn
The Quinn Zone.
The Quinn Zone,
Yeah.
yes. Yep.
Quinn Safe Zone.
Yep.
Yes.
So that one was ranked, that was 721, not 722, 721.
One download.
One download. That was ranked 112. And then MHGG Fancy Interview, Jake Bach, Draft Mechanic. That was our highest interview. It was also our last one.
Yes, but also I think our best.
Yeah. Went out on a high note.
660 downloads.
Yeah.
All right. So now the worst episodes.
Uh-oh. I was not expecting this.
Our worst downloaded episode.
Jeff, stop looking ahead. I'm not looking at your reaction.
Well, look, someone isn't, so that's good. MHGG Discuss Gen Con 50, Day 1. I think this was 2018.
This was 2017 based on the date that you also attached to this
file. Oh, that's true.
file.
I did do that. Look, how my phone, you can't see it, and I forgot.
Sure,
I have a tablet
that
computer.
Was 159 downloads.
Oof.
Rank 440. Then the other one, the next one doesn't count because that was the replacement radio.
The one that just
the one that just came out. So then
it will never count.
Episode 19, the return of Jeff's Bloody Minute and Mechs vs. Minions, 177 downloads.
That fucking game.
Yep.
I forgot about that game.
Technically our lowest review too, but I don't really consider it that. Episode 59, 181 downloads. This is rank 437. This is our worst regular episode because after 50 something we started. So this is the worst one on there.
Anatomy Park, Bonk, Patchwork got the new AI opponent.
Oh yes, yep.
Because Patchwork's AI used to be Garbo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's when I did the collegiate peaks with David and his friend.
Oh,
you poor bastard.
Yeah.
I think I had stopped doing 14ers by that point.
Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn was being played. A new Civ A New Dawn Fallout board game.
Also a good game.
Twilight Imperium 4th edition was announced.
Yeah, terrible.
I mean, this seems like a banger of an episode.
Yeah.
It is the children who are wrong.
Yep. All right. The next one. So we have MHGG Review, Fuse and Flatline, 225 downloads. This was rank 417. This is our worst, just straight review.
Wait, so you started with the worst and are working to, you're doing the worst in the wrong order.
Worst and then going the worst.
No, so you got to start, in both situations, you start closer to the middle. So in best, you start at number 10 and work to number 1. And you start at...
Hey, Adrian, maybe you fucking make some stats.
I should have, apparently.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter, John.
Yeah. So this...
Fucking Mike Jones.
The thinking man's crossfire. Remember you have to high five?
I do remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. All right. Also, I'm skipping a lot of things too. I'm just going
there are more episodes in between these.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Do I need to mention about Quadropolis or Last Will? No. So next one, MHG Review, Fuse and Flatline. That is our worst straight review.
Okay.
225 episodes or downloads. MHGG Discuss, Board Gaming Review Ethics, our worst discussion.
No one gives a fuck about review ethics. It was the dumbest thing to have ever talked about.
244 downloads. This is ranked 411. MHG Fantasy Interview number 3, Jamie Stegmeyer. This is our second interview that we ever did. This is the first one we did with Jamie.
I don't know why that one would be so long.
I don't know either.
It's got Jamie Stegmeyer in the title.
It does.
Should hit all of the fucking metrics.
That was 259 downloads. And then we have MHGG Gencast number 1, 319 downloads. And this is our worst quality audio. This is the one we recorded on the Omni.
No.
The Omni in the middle of a tiled
Airbnb
kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was a huge square table. We had fucking 8 people around that bitch. Everything, and we included a bunch of friends who had no business being on any fucking ever.
And we were in the middle of cutting out all of the pandemic stuff.
Yeah.
And that was Megan's first and only Gen Con, when we also had to all pile into a fucking shitty cargo van we rented to drive
remember
20 minutes to Gen
cargo
Con.
Van being pretty nice.
No, the van itself was nice. The process, there were multiple times Meg and I were in that van at the time we said we would leave, and other motherfuckers were still blow drying their hair and shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that was the only time we were 25 minutes away that it just,
Yes.
Okay.
Friendships ended over that Gen Con.
Also, we do have 3 episodes that were lost to time.
Wait, what?
Episodes 3, 145, and 165 are just not on the feed anywhere.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if these numbers are included anywhere, but I tried looking for that and I was just, nope. And I didn't, my backup system only went back so far.
Yeah. Number three. It's not
just,
there.
It's just not, they're just not there. So 145 and 165.
165.
Yeah.
I almost certainly have the raw files for all of 3 of those episodes. I'm pretty sure I have raw
I do know
files
that
for
there's at
every
least
episode.
one other episode. There is at least one episode that we just decided we're not just going to release, but it's not either any of those.
I do have 145
You
on
do?
here. It's the Jurassic Dread Part 1.
Oh, okay. I just split it into, okay. Well, whatever.
Yeah, there's 2.
See, that's where it,
145 and then
what about 165? Because I could have moved it into something else.
Sure.
So
I don't know if it was one of these one shots, but there is no numbered 165.
it's probably
on
a
here.
one shot then. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense. All right. But
Who
episode
knows
3.
what number 3?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Episode 3 was just gone.
Episode 3 might have been so bad we deleted it.
That
at
could
one
also be
point.
it.
That could have been.
There was one that I thought about that that I was like, did we delete that one or not? It was about the we had them on, and then they the scandal about
Katie.
yes. I was like, oh, that one's still there. So
Oh, yes.
yeah. All right. So episode types. I don't know if you know this. We had 3 dedicated anniversary episodes
In 7 years.
in 7 years. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing is that it was 17, 18, and 19. Do you remember what happened in 2020? That sort of just
Stopped it from happening?
Just stopped things from going forward.
That's fair.
Yep. We had 14 dedicated discussion episodes.
Okay.
We had 3 D&D episodes.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
I don't think I was
Wait.
on any of the D&D.
This is MHDD. We released 3 episodes on the main feed.
Oh, that's right. The first
Yes.
3.
Yes.
Yeah. It was to build hype.
To build hype.
More popular than our anniversary episodes.
Yeah. Because I also did average downloads for each of these too.
Sure. Okay.
But they're all vaguely within 500 to 600. Then we have 294 regular episodes.
Okay.
okay. Damn.
Yeah.
So close to 300.
Mm-hmm. We have 6 fancy interviews, 14 lists, which once again we got to about 140, 100, and then
Man.
we have 4 look backs, and those are look backs at the year 16, 17, 18, 19. I don't know if you know something happened in 2020.
Almost like 2020 really broke this podcast, and it took us 4 years to realize
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 5 miscellaneous episodes. So this was like us doing the Watch the Skies or talking about the game we played, and
China #1 popular.
yeah, exactly.
China
China number 1 popular.
We had a just review.
Man,
we
speaking
had
about drinking Baptist.
exactly. We had one episode that was just us talking about a Twilight Imperium game that we played, and that was it.
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, what the fuck does 1?
1.
I don't know what that means.
Well, there were 7 ones.
7 ones. So here's the problem too, is that like
I gotta cheat. I gotta look at
No,
what
that's
the
fine.
7 ones looks like.
it meant something. I don't remember.
These stats were technically before, so we should be at 295 for
Yes.
that
Yeah.
specific number. But
Yeah. I had to do these in Excel. I had to log on to my work office and then go onto online Excel and do it because Google Sheets was garbage for what I
keep
was trying
going
to
down.
Let's keep
Adrian.
going down. I don't
Yeah.
remember
There.
what 1 meant. Once again, we did have 7 episodes of it.
We had
Jesus.
7 ones.
7 ones. 1 shot. No, 1 shot.
Maybe
It's
one
gotta be the
shots?
one
Yeah,
shots.
it's one shot.
Gotta be
7
one
one
shots.
shots.
1 space shot. So it just cut the 1.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. So these 7 1 shots. So these were Under the Mask, the Jurassic Park, the like canoe trip.
So there were 3 dreads.
Yep.
There was
Jenga related.
Jenga related.
which are the Jenga related.
and those are 2 parts each.
2 parts. And then there was the bubble gum.
Yes. Which never again.
Which I thought we also did as 2 parts.
No.
And we just
This is
Thankfully,
all
only
in
one.
Thankfully, only one. Yes.
Okay. MHDD did a couple more one shots.
Yeah.
They did a Blades in the Dark and a few
But they
other
were not
ones.
Jenga related, so
They were
Yeah.
not.
5 put to the questions.
Yep. When was the last one of those?
I don't know.
There's no way
Probably
to.
also 2019.
Yeah.
Shit.
Assuming there's a pattern here.
Yeah. 61 reviews,
God
Nice.
damn.
which our reviews were our highest average download of
Mhm.
704.
God damn it. See, Paul's going to feel. Well, he'll never listen to this, so
Yeah.
he won't know, but
He
he
won't-
would
he-
feel very vindicated.
He would not even know how vindicated he is.
Our next highest.
No one tell him.
Yeah. Our next
course
highest
not.
average download was actually the lookbacks. Those were at 688. And then we have 7 Ruin episodes, which are pandemic,
Full spoiler.
full spoilers of
Yeah.
things. A lot of it was.
MHGG ruins.
Yes, a lot of time stories. I think there were like
Yeah.
3 of
Mhm.
those. And then Rundown, we had 17 episodes of those, and those are the ones where the entire episode is just talking about Geekway or Gen Con. Those were really the 2 for those.
Okay.
MHCC, we...
Yes, Zach.
Yes.
Anthony just messaged it on Discord. It was like, hey, Paul, just to let you know, Zach confirmed that reviews were their best average download.
Anthony, we used to be friends, and now we, like,
I like it
I
as a
feel like
meme.
he hates me. I feel like this man 100%
Yep.
hates me. 94 less mouth noises. Watch it, Mike Jones.
And then we also the unsurprisingly, the rundown episodes were our lowest average download.
Eh,
So,
seems not unreasonable.
yep. So let's see.
What is the sorting behind these episode types? Oh, alphabetical by type.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
The worst version to sort them by.
It's fine. That's why I bolded the ones that were like the highest. Once again, don't look too much in all this shit though. Once again, this is
I'm done.
these
done.
were made at each of them were made for their own unique things. So we have most episodes. So now we're going to talk about download. Go ahead.
No, I won't jump ahead because I assume you're getting over to it. Over
Are you
here-
looking at shit on the right?
I-
Stop looking at shit on. This is
I'm done.
God damn it.
Sorry, I
Yes.
tried to avoid.
Yeah. God.
All right. Where are we now?
Now, column F. Sorry.
F.
now
All
we
right. We're on the
know.
F.
All right. Yeah.
F3. Everyone.
Jesus
Everyone
Christ.
at home.
I really hope that the listeners enjoy everything about this.
I'm enjoying
this
it.
Is I'm thoroughly thrilled.
Uh-huh.
But this is such an encapsulation of everything this podcast
Of course.
has been
Yeah.
and has distilled down to.
Yeah.
And I just hope that people are enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's all.
So the notes, when you make notes, you don't just have a sheet that says notes, and then you just like, all right, well, we're just gonna add some more columns, and we're just gonna add the information there, and then add some more rows, and we're gonna add.
No. No.
This spreadsheet's all over the fucking place.
Yes, it
just so
is.
everyone knows.
I will wait.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
A few weeks
Move-
after
moving
this
on,
episode,
moving on.
but I'm going to share this spreadsheet.
that's fine. That's
this is
okay.
amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So we have top episodes after 7 days. So
Oh.
you-
The hottest episodes.
the hottest episodes
Hottest.
after a week.
Yeah, they hit and people fucking wanted it
Uh,
and more.
MHEG list top 10 impactful games. It's 563 downloads within a week.
In 7 days.
Mhm.
Wow.
MHGG review Tsukiyumi
Oh,
527. MHGG look back.
Jeff, you have that game?
Ugh,
I don't know
Where
what happened
did
to our
Tsukiyumi
copy.
end up?
I don't know.
I think did we end up giving it away?
it
Did
might be
we?
in the pile
Okay, yeah.
of stuff in the living room, not actually.
Yeah, yeah.
I liked it.
And then that one was
I think I still have
518. After 30 days,
Sorry, 2018 look back.
2018 look back was
Yeah.
518. After 30 days, no one cared about the look back after 30 days. Now it was Tsukiyumi was number 1. Then it was top 10 impactful games. And then episode 169, Honey Writes, 615 downloads on that one. And then,
Oh, let's see here.
yeah, let's see what that one's about.
Broncos, Game Night, VR, One Cut of the Dead. Boy. Gallerist, Dutch Blitz, Letter Jam, Above and Below, Glenmore 2. We probably played that with V.
Yeah.
Mystic Veil, App. BGG Con rundown.
Okay.
Hadara, Rail Pass, Jumbo Bombello? What is that?
Oh, Bombello.
Bombello?
Yeah.
The fucking pirate hammer wacky game.
No, that's
No.
Pirates Billiards. That Bombello, is that the circle?
It's
Or
the circle,
It's
then.
the circle where you're balancing
That's
things.
where I started, and then
I thought it was hamster.
That
roll.
is hamster.
Shit.
That's the one where it's balancing on a point and you're
Oh,
Yes.
picking things up off of it.
placing.
Placing.
It's a big
okay.
disc. It's balancing.
Taverns of Tiefenthal, Six Nimmt, Journeys Middle Earth, El Dorado, Quartz, Obsession, Set and Match, Bloody Minute, Paulo. And then we promoted Zoned Out by Gray Fox Games.
Yep.
Quality games cleverly crafted.
By the way, Zoned Out is on my stack of Mhgg and I need to play this to see if it's worth keeping.
Nice.
And also,
and I do see them if I go into the episode now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I did, for the replacement radio, I did make a new image because that I hadn't
was
done in a
great.
while. I had forgotten that the image that I'm using, that because I basically for the majority of it, I just reversed the colors.
Is there just an under? I don't know. Maybe
No.
it doesn't have it on this one.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't have it on that one. It does it on the others. But I reversed the colors on the main image, and then there are 3 spots where I had superimposed other images because one of them was covering the Gray Fox Games sponsored by. I never merged it all, so I had to replace that one, and then I also, there's still an image of you. There was one I did of you that was your face on top of a shirtless body with a bunch of tattoos. That one still is the main image that I use that has an image covering that.
that was something about me. I was telling a story about how when I was really little, I lived in Garden City, Kansas, and I went to school in Holcomb, an even smaller city, and I was moving to Wichita, and everybody thought I was moving to the big city.
Yeah.
And then I was going to join a gang and come back with gunshot wounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking A, man.
Moving on.
Deep
Moving on.
cuts.
Honey
All right.
Rights.
Real quick, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of Zoned Out,
Yeah.
the 3 games that Gray Fox sent us that we never reviewed before they cut us off, Zoned Out's one of them.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what Zoned Out was.
I don't either.
It's got some fancy little plasticky, acrylic-y plate. It's another city buildy zones, residential. Of the 3 they sent, it seems like the best one.
Okay.
There's another one, Draw Your Own Conclusions.
I remember that one.
And
yes.
there's one more that I don't remember what it was.
Was it the science one or something like that?
Yeah.
Sorry, which science one?
No. I don't think we ever got that one.
We never got BGG or whatever the YouTuber Game of the Year was, Science
Okay.
Up or whatever.
Yeah, we know. So there is a third one.
Gotcha. One other thing, going back to replacement radio, I fucking loved how they just shit all over your headphones.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
They
Yes.
hated your fucking
Oh,
headphones.
wow.
Specifically, was it? But it was
Anthony hated those fucking Sennheiser, whatever. Also, one other thing. Speaking of, God damn it, I lost it.
Was he wearing the cable in front of him or behind him?
I don't know.
Because you're supposed to wear with the cable behind.
I know the main thing was the fact that you can't adjust those at all.
And he immediately adjusts them,
immediately adjusting
multiple
them?
times.
Yeah, well, that's what they said. So
Great.
Yeah.
Fuck. What was? I don't know.
I don't
I
know. Yeah.
lost it. It'll come to me,
All
I'm
right.
sure, or it won't, and it won't
90
matter.
days.
90 days. The top 10 impactful games came out on top of that one. Almost 800
Nice.
in 90 days. Then Tsukiyumi and Honey Rights. So those just sort of switched.
I want to say having the episode attached to the Kickstarter probably helped significantly.
Yeah.
Though the outcome of that Kickstarter, I think, was pretty negative due to a lot of shipping issues.
Yep.
Wait, which one?
The Tsukiyumi reprint.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had the original version and then their version was not as great.
For the longest time, that was our highest review, I remember.
Yeah. I think it went wrong when they were like, let's do miniatures. And it's like, this game is not designed around miniatures.
Yep.
Oof. I will not comment on Gray Fox.
No one we know.
No, so that's what it was. That actually reminded me.
Ah.
Things that were never resolved. There's a BGG thread about War of the Worlds, where somebody was like, hey, this podcast, they played it and they said the fucking humans can't win and the aliens do, and people were like, in that thread, they were like, oh, those guys are fucking idiots and don't know what they're
just raked
talking.
us through the mud.
They
I remember
ran
that.
us through the fucking coals. Oh, they must not have been playing right. Oh, who the fuck are these guys even?
Yeah, I tried looking for some of that shit too when I was getting all of those things, but I was just like, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Yeah, that I was just like,
that was one when it first happened. I meant to go do like that was back when I was in the like caring. And I was gonna do like, hey, I'm one of the hosts. We tried really hard. We played it several times in different groups of 2. This is just how it came out for us. Like, I don't know, maybe there's different meta that develop, all of this. Now, as on my way out the door, I'm like, fuck them, bitches.
Yep. All right. So now most episodes downloaded and this is time period wise. Are the most downloads that we've had in one day. Any guess?
I am shocked that you were able to get all of these stats this in depth. This is impressive.
They did not help me with this.
Libsyn did us no favors.
No, they did for certain things, but I'll get to one thing in a sec. I will just like I was saying, I couldn't. I'll get to it later.
Quiet down, Mike Jones.
Some of us gets the rules right.
Yeah.
Mostly. Most in 24 hours. I'm gonna say, fuck it. I'm gonna take the safe answer. It's almost certainly the wrong answer. I know it's the wrong answer. Brass.
No.
How many downloads in 24 hours?
Oh, you're wanting the number.
Just downloads that we had in one day.
Oh, 1,500.
Fucking asshole. No, it was 1,021 was our highest.
You didn't even let Jeff guess.
Well, I'm literally looking at it.
Yeah, he's looking at it. So, and also 1,500. Come on, Adrian.
Dude, that doesn't seem out of line.
I mean, if you looked at our stats, yes. Our second most is 693
in a day.
In a day, yes.
I mean, we have like 600 episodes, a few new listeners.
I will say there have been times where it's like one person download and it's like, hey, we got 300 downloads, guys.
It is hilarious when you can tell that somebody new joined up and downloaded the catalog.
Yeah.
Episode 2 got a download?
Yep.
All right, welcome to the fucking show.
Yep. Which led us in a week, we had 2,900.
Almost 2,300.
Almost 3,000 downloads in a week.
There you go.
Nice. Monthly, that same month we had 7,797 downloads.
Okay.
2019. 2019 was our hottest year.
I'm telling you, man, 2020 COVID, it broke a lot of things, including this podcast.
Oh.
It broke MHDD. We were never the same after we did half a season remote.
Least amount of episodes downloaded in a day.
2?
1.
Yeah, like
have we literally never had a single day with 0 downloads?
Not since November 1st, 2017. I don't know when those. Like once again, don't have those stats, but since that point, there's been at least one download every single day.
There were, because it used to be, and like before Libsyn changed, because I do remember this. It used to be fucking hilarious. We were like 40 was max. Like 40 was like a fucking great. And regularly single digits, if not zeros.
Yep.
And then we went on. They had the ridiculous acronym. What
did you play this week?
What did you play this week? We went on there. And I don't know how they found us initially.
I don't remember.
I don't remember what that connection was.
But I remember we got like 100 downloads in one day.
Like, and it was like, what? And it used to be like, like barely offline. And then there was a fucking cliff.
Yeah.
It was the single biggest jump we've ever had.
Yep. Which was nice. But that happened before 17. So I think it was like, we were doing it for about 6 months or so. And then we got onto that. It
Eric
was like
and Brandon.
Yep.
Would you be surprised that all of our least downloads are from 2023?
No, not at all. Again, one, we got incredibly inconsistent with recording and releasing. My job in 2023 has been a fucking stupid shit show. Like, no, not at all. It was
3 days we had one download.
All in 2023?
Yeah.
And like technically last week.
Yeah, and the 4th.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But the fact that I never saw one with a 0 was impressive to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on someone's mind every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
How long do you think it will take until we have a day with 0 downloads
I don't know.
after this episode?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe we'll have a reunion episode in a year.
I think this is the key to immortality.
Yeah.
We'll never forget
Mhm.
this.
Yes. Remember me.
Remember, yeah. All right. Shortest episodes now.
Okay.
Shortest one. Jeff, you know which one it is.
Yeah, it was like, man, 13 minutes, 7 minutes.
10 minutes, 52 seconds.
Yeah.
This is on column J, if you would like to move over. We'll come back to those.
Okay, cool.
Up. Go up. There you go. Yeah. Our lowest rundown was GenCast 01, the shitty one.
Okay,
23 minutes. Lowest ruin was Time Stories Asylum for 25.
No one cares about Time Stories anymore.
I know.
Including us. We have not finished it.
Yep. Our lowest review was Cryptid.
44 minutes.
Man,
44.
Too bad because
Time,
Cryptid's a
by
great game.
time, just by time.
This is
That's
time.
right. Sorry.
Our lowest old format, episode 30, top 10 anticipated games of 2017, 51 minutes.
No, we were so new. We didn't know what to anticipate. And we didn't know how to draw that shit out to a full hour.
Ain't that fucking true? And then episode 53, Tired and Sore, 51 minutes. That was our lowest current format episode. Also, we switched at like 50, so that was 3.
That was
and they just went from there.
Yeah.
The longest episodes, and this doesn't include like
Today.
two-parters. Yeah, and today.
It should include today.
Episode 267, Cemetery of the Night. Cemetery of the Night, but it's spelled with a K. I don't remember why.
Jesus.
2 hours and 36 minutes.
Okay.
MHGG one shot, all out of gum. 2 hours and 28 minutes.
So we should have cut
that was Cabin Con Rundown.
Ah, gotcha.
Whoa,
MHGG anniversary.
Bob. That's unfortunate phrasing.
Episode 50, the first anniversary.
Okay.
2 hours and 24 minutes. Episode 291, MHCC 2023 rundown.
So Cemetery of the Night was 2022 rundown.
So 2 of our 3 longest are both MHCC
and that was
rundowns.
2 hours and
tracks.
20 minutes. MHGG put to the question 4. The questioning was 2 hours and 18 minutes.
Okay.
MHGG review Rising Sun.
Oh,
This is 2 hours and 11 minutes.
It's mostly just yelling at each other
Yeah.
for like
dude,
an
Rising
hour and a
Sun
half.
was aggressive.
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, they brought it up in the visitor version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gameplay was aggressive. The
Yes.
fucking
Review.
review was aggressive.
Yeah.
Like everything. Was it Anthony on that
Yes.
review? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So now we're going to get into some podcast time.
Uh-oh.
Which column are we in?
We're back to F, but we're
Back
down
to
to
F.
to row 34.
Cool.
That only happened once. And it had nothing to do.
That was like an episode 11 or 13.
And that
it
had
was-
nothing to do with Rising
The
Sun.
floor slap happened
that was
during a game of Caverna.
Yes,
Yes.
it was. Yes, at your old place.
My old apartment in the
Yes.
kitchen. And it was 100% like we'd recently started the podcast. And it was part of this whole new like entertainer persona thing I had that I was trying to do.
And we were just playing the game, and you slapped the floor.
it was
not on mic.
No.
Well, and I feel like the floor slap has
God,
always been exaggerated in what it actually was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We will never forget the floor slap.
God, I remember recording in that fucking
It
room.
is easily. So I was going to ask it we'll wait. The floor slap is going to be my answer to a question I'm going to pose later in this episode.
Cool.
Okay, great.
Cool.
Okay, so podcast time, total episode time. And this is the thing I was going to say. Libsyn would not give me a report of how long a fucking podcast episode was.
Okay.
So I resorted to pulling all of the information from a fucking RSS feed.
Yeah. And adding
6,000 lines is how much that had. Here's the thing though. Those things have so much spaces and paragraphs and stuff like that. You copy that into Excel, it is blank. The entire thing is blank. You can't see shit.
Just paste it into a Word document? And
No.
just edit?
I pasted in Excel, created formulas to pull fucking shit based off
I'm
episode
glad you're
titles.
good at Excel. I don't know. I'm just happy you're good at Excel.
Yeah.
You're an accountant.
Yes.
You should be good at Excel.
Yeah. What was funny is that
It's like I I know how to make numbers in a line go left to right in Excel good, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Boy, if your company is ever willing to consider full remote, you might want to reach out to Zach.
Anyways, podcast time.
I spent about 6 or 7 hours getting all this information.
I mean, totally. This your work shows.
This seems like it's the most work you've done for the show.
Oh,
in a long time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting data. I'll get some fucking data. All right. Here you go. Total episode time. 39,690 minutes.
Nice.
AKA 661 hours. AKA 27.56 days.
27 and a half days.
27 and a half days. This is also 2,381,400 seconds.
Jesus.
Noted.
Wait, how many? One more time. Just one. I need to hear it one more time.
Which part?
Seconds.
2,381,400 seconds.
If we had gotten a second for every episode of for every second of published audio, we would not collectively amongst us crack $10 million.
Yes.
Which is ludicrously low amount of money.
That's fine.
So here's the thing. Days start to finish of when we first released the podcast to January 7th, 2,724 days.
Okay.
Percent of time recorded after cuts, just in general, 1.01%. 1.10% of our entire time from when we started the podcast to now has been released audio.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
So this show is conceivably, conservatively taken up 1.5% of my time since 2016.
I would probably say 2 to 3 to 5% of your time.
Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, 2 is the conservative.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about, and this is not with stream. I didn't look at any YouTube stuff or anything like that.
Wow.
So, or us editing or.
This is a board game podcast, not a board game streaming.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Okay.
That might be the most damning stat of this entire thing.
Here you go. As we all know, every download is 100% listened to throughout. One person, right?
100%.
Obviously.
Yeah, never would be cut short.
Okay, so total episode time with views.
With views?
With views, as in if an episode was an hour long and they listened and there was 100 downloads, that's 100 hours.
Full episode.
Full episode.
Yep.
What would you like? What number would you like first? Would you like seconds? You gonna start there?
Yeah. Fuck it. Why not?
1 billion.
Jesus fucking.
364,572,200 seconds. AK 22,742,870 minutes.
Jesus.
379,048 hours. 15,794 days. 43.24 years.
43 and a quarter years. If every piece of our content was fully consumed by everyone that started it.
Yes.
Just audio.
Which obviously everybody did.
So this doesn't include this, like all of the live streams that were never released as a podcast.
Yeah.
So
it also doesn't count anyone that listens to us at 2.25 speed.
No.
It does not. It stretches that time out.
Yes.
So Nick, who listens to us at 3 fucking X, is.
It's like I don't really hear the
up.
words anymore. I just kind of see the matrix of the laughs and
it. To be fair, Hydra, it doesn't count people who double listen.
So obviously double this, right?
So go ahead. Thank you, Hydra.
Thank you. Why would you watch it and then listen to it?
Exactly.
I remember when they were laughing at that part.
So this is how you get that. You understand where the cuts are for real.
Exactly.
You know what the real cuts are.
You'll laugh to yourself. They missed this second where Zach coughed, and then they laughed at Zach coughing for 5 seconds.
Or you get to watch in Twitch, and then later you're like, wait a second, there was like a 10-minute offensive joke that Zach cut out.
Yep.
We didn't cut those out in the early days.
No. Okay. So
we were white.
We were.
I can only understand you'd 1.5, so I need to listen.
Yep.
Amazing.
Next one up. Okay, so this one is convoluted.
Great. Can't wait.
Okay, so do you remember how Netflix released their viewership data?
Yes.
There is a website that you can use to compare podcasts to Netflix.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
And their numbers are from January to July of 2023, so 7 months.
Okay.
If we put our best 7th month period doesn't even they're like we need it. This needs to at least be 100,000 in order to mean anything.
I see.
So we don't have any of that. All right, but if we compare the total amount of downloads that we have,
Our entire time of doing this.
our entire time of
to 7 months of Netflix
7 months of
consumption.
Netflix consumption, that came out to there were 18,214 shows on Netflix, and 6,859 shows were consumed less than your podcast.
So a third of Netflix.
A third of Netflix in a 7-month period was consumed less than our podcast in a 7-year period. That means your show is bigger than 38% of all shows on Netflix, given that time constraint. Your show is bigger than Making Transatlantic, My Next Guest with David Letterman.
Which is criminal because that show was amazing.
Yeah. And another show that I do not feel.
Vladimir Zelensky?
Or Making 1899. To just, So that's
Now we
also
know.
what it was now.
Yeah.
I had heard that on another podcast I listened to, and I was like, I need to try and work.
If we condensed the entirety of our effort of 7 years into 6 months and compared it to Netflix.
That's, better than 38%. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
All right. And then the last couple of miscellaneous things. We had 4 contests, 219 entries on those contests. Did you know that one of them, and I had forgotten, was a popularity contest between us 3?
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
I won.
Yeah, you did.
It was nice that I forgot it, and I was like, oh, we did that. Oh, and I won. Yes.
I'm pretty sure I was dead last.
Yes, you were.
Sorry, Jeff.
No one knows me.
No one knows you.
Well, to be fair, anyone you told about the podcast just found a religious fucking...
They just Googled it and were
Yeah.
like, well, this thing?
Yeah. I did look at our biggest YouTube, which was our Game of Thrones playthrough, which has
Not even close.
20,000 views.
Where are we now? Where are we looking now?
Oh, it's below that.
We're down.
No. You down. It's right there.
Column and numbers.
No,
Please.
it was just, yeah. This is the very last of it. Everything else is just things
Okay.
that were already there. And then
You're going in a weird order.
I know I went down and then up, but that's because I wanted to save the top one for
Jeff.
last.
Fair.
You are CJ's favorite, Jeff.
Understandable.
You were several people's favorites, just not as many as Adrian and I.
But like in third place of their
Yes,
favorite.
yeah. Look,
To be fair,
Jeff, you were top 3. That's not bad.
I was in the top 100%.
Exactly.
I mean, it's also one of those
I'm in
things
the
like
100th percentile.
I don't remember
Comparing it to Netflix, you were the third of the shows. Our
That's
show
true.
was better than
True.
you.
It's true.
do you have a date that we did that contest?
No, I don't.
Okay. Because I'm certain those numbers would be vastly different
They
if we
would.
did now.
They would.
I would be dead last, Jeff.
Probably.
I don't know.
All right. And then the last thing, I found this out while looking. Did you know that we had 2 mentions from Westward? Not just
No, I
did not.
briefly got a glance at that,
Yeah.
and I am furious.
So, we have the 2018 best local broadcast, best local board game
Denver's
podcast.
best.
We were on the best of list.
Yes.
Yes.
And then in 2019, there was a blog they had on there that was 10 of the best nerdcastic Denver podcasts, which we were also on.
See, and I didn't.
I never knew we were on the second.
I did not know that until I looked into this.
You know why I didn't know that?
Why?
Because the first time we were on the best of, it's like all of Denver best of.
We were in the big magazine.
We got a fucking letter from the congresswoman,
From a state senator?
Diana DeGette,
Nice. Yeah.
state senator.
Yeah.
We didn't get shit.
No,
when
we
we were
didn't.
on the top 10
No.
Denver nerdy podcasts. So we didn't know.
No.
Okay. I also am still disappointed that I never found out who at fucking Westward was a fan of
Or
ours.
someone that knows someone at Westward
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
like was like, I don't
I
know. Here's
never
your
found that
Here's
connection.
your bullshit
I would
category.
I would have done the fluffiest, most bullshit fucking interview for Westward had they ever contacting
They don't
us.
interview their bullshit categories.
They do so much stupid shit. And don't get me wrong, I love them. I love my local like rag, Westward. Great. I would have bent over backwards to give them free content. I give so much free content to anyone who wants it.
Yep. So yeah, those were some stats.
And YouTube.
40 plus years.
Mhm.
Goddamn.
43 and a quarter.
1 billion seconds. Although still, if our podcast got $1 for every second of potential audio listened to,
That's not how that works.
we're not even
Music artists don't even get a penny for every song they play. So
the scale of 1 billion is so fucking high, and people who have billions of dollars is so fucking high. It's wild.
Also, I forgot to mention it on here, or I forgot to mark on there, but I know, like, when I was looking at countries, it was like 100 plus countries people have listened to our shit. So, including one by Rado.
Malta?
Yeah, he listened and didn't get very far.
is he in Malta?
He was in Malta at that point, yes.
I mean, of course, it had to have been Rado. It
Yeah.
couldn't have been anyone else in Malta who ever thought to listen to the
I
podcast.
remember the context of it. Somebody talking to us about us to him about something. This was several years ago, so I could not find anything, but I do remember seeing a download from Malta right around that time, and I was like, I wonder if that would, like, I'm going to assume
who would have
that's
been talking to Rado about us?
I don't know. It was just, I mean, because he was just active on, like,
Well, and there was a weird time. It didn't last long, but around end of year
Mhm.
1, going through year 2, where we were weirdly well connected in the board game. We were
Yes.
interviewing James Stegmeyer, like, like
That was
we got invited.
that was right around board game media. No, what was that podcast network we were part of?
That's what I was just trying to remember
Okay.
the name of.
Board game media. No,
Punchboard Media.
Punchboard media. That's what it was.
I was just letting you both struggle because I absolutely do remember what that was.
Yes, it was Punchboard Media. Yeah, it was right around that time. Like we got invited. And I remember when that happened, and I was like, "Oh man, there are so many like great people." We started around the same time that Board Game Blitz did, and like Ambi and Cassidy still show up regularly
they're on our
in our
Discord now.
Discord.
Yeah.
But what's Board Game Blitz doing these days?
I mean, still doing fucking crazy episodes.
Yeah.
And Cassidy still does all of her like shorts of like sing-alongs and stuff. They're still crushing it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was a weird time that we were like in it. And then all of the podcasts that helped us get there also all quit. I mean, when was the last time that Jake and Danielle did an episode of
They
Draft
came
Mechanic?
back for like a hot minute, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I heard anything from Eric or Brandon. What did you play this week? Like, they shut down ages ago. Like a lot.
Well, I think even before that, it wasn't even Eric. It was Phil, and Brandon. Like Eric was part of it. It was.
Well, I mean, it's been a bunch of different. Because what did you just play this week was always like a dozen people who submitted
No, I know, but
content.
the two that interviewed us were Brandon and
Eric.
no,
It was definitely Eric.
it wasn't. It was Philip. Oh my god,
Well, now we're just embarrassing ourselves.
that's fine.
It's a good thing we're never recording again. Ever. Anybody going to have more port?
I mean, I got to drive back.
Well,
So
that's why I didn't know where you are in the amount of alcohol
Sorry,
you have
what was the
consumed.
names everyone decided that their names were?
I said Eric and Brandon.
it was Brandon and
Patrick.
Patrick. I knew it started with a P. Patrick. Those are the two that interviewed us.
You're right.
And then Patrick left and Eric.
Eric.
Yeah.
Yep. Eric was huge behind running the Punchboard media
Yes.
side of things.
Yes.
Philip was not. Yep, you're right.
No, not
Patrick.
Patrick. Not Philip.
Patrick.
I said Philip. It was Patrick.
Also, are you sure that Ambi's not the one that does all the sing-along things and not Cassidy?
You are correct.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
In my defense, I have been on a dry January until tonight, and that's over. The port is gone.
Oh no!
Oh
my god! That
you poured too much.
To be fair,
Unfiltered.
right there on the top, unfiltered.
Not
Yeah.
probably not gonna drink that.
Here, give it to me.
Was not expecting that.
I mean, I'm
Probably
sure.
fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. You got. I do.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's
I
fine.
do wish that was on camera because it was just a gloop.
Oh, it was
It was amazing.
It was some chunks.
It was yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the fact that this is the note I'm going out
That's
on.
fine.
Mhm.
You know what?
That's fine.
This is the best that we could do.
You just have to talk less, and then no one will know you're gone. Yeah, dry January has 31 days. Just so you know, not 16.
What does that have to do with
I don't know.
It's fine.
Oh, you're saying because I'm ending my dry January?
Yes,
correct.
No,
Yeah.
so I sent it to Mhgg. Great little, I don't know, Instagram or whatever, short that was about a guy talking about that, like, oh, you're doing dry January and you hate it? Well, you can still do a dry January with an asterisk. You just substitute in any random day. So today is not
Is it
January 16th.
Mhm.
Today is February 3rd.
Okay.
I'm not going to drink on February 3rd. So this is February 3rd. Well, yeah.
Sometimes you just got to do a little wraparound.
Yeah.
Really, I never was doing a full dry January anyway. I told Megan she wanted to do dry January. I said I would do a partial dry January.
And then you offer her beer when she's doing a dry January?
Samples.
That's
or a little
that's not-
I only
Just
offer.
a little bit of crack, please. Just
a
just
little-
a.
I only offer.
Could have anything in the world. What would you want right now?
crack. Oh, I thought it was gonna be something else.
She tried Anthony and Wes's special beers they brought over for
I see.
replacement radio. I thought she might also make a small exception halfway through the month
No,
to try a
those were
sample.
special guests. These are the same bullshit people that have been here for many years.
That was also like the first, so she could arguably be like,
well, that was also Ant.
that was all
Ant
exactly.
Ant, that's why they did it
Yeah.
first.
Yep.
So
No, thank you.
Moving along.
Moving along.
Punchboard Media, that was cool.
Yeah.
We kind of went over that a little bit. We didn't really talk much about it.
no, I loved the idea behind what Punchboard Media was supposed to be. I don't think it ever quite lived up to its aspirations. I think everybody who was involved had a good intentions.
Yeah.
We just didn't quite live up to it.
There were some certainly very popular people that are still popular to this day. That were in
100%.
Punchboard.
Yeah.
What Eric plays.
It was interesting too. There was like an element of like, because in the early days there were a couple of people who bowed out early who were involved,
Mhm.
who have obviously continued to still be very popular. But no, I think it had some. It was interesting getting invited to that because the whole idea was that it was to increase like diversity and everything. It was like, we are three generic white dudes, like.
But we have to get the generic white dudes in the door, and then
Yes.
they can spread their wings to the other diverse.
To be fair, I think
people.
we were the only generic white dudes there, so we were.
True. The other white dudes
There's-
weren't as generic as we were.
There's
They
Jake.
They had real,
Jake is generic white dude.
but he was there with his wife.
I guess.
Yeah.
Generic white
What
lady.
did you play this week was usually not just generic white guys. It was generic white
Yes.
guys with a solid mixture of
Yeah.
anybody else.
I guess we were just that good to attract their attention.
Something.
Something.
Yes.
Who knows?
Shall we move on to emails?
To emails?
Yeah.
All right.
The butter emails.
We've got like an hour or more left. You
There's
could have
no-
had more port. You could have had it before. You would have probably...
No, because it could. Yeah. No, thank you on that.
that glass could be yours right now.
Great. No, I'm good. All right, let's do some emails.
You can't do it anymore because we'll probably not care. But emails at milehighgameguys.com if you would like to send us an
I
email.
will probably start replying to actual emails. We've never once, I think, ever replied to one of these unless it was like you won a contest and we needed to coordinate
Yeah.
shipping. If someone sends us an email after this episode, I will probably maybe reply to it months later.
I'm just going to read these in the order they were sent because we have a bunch of goodbye emails.
So starting with May then?
Yes. Titled, this is from May, our wonderful Cabin Con Arkham Horror
Also
Californian.
showed me around San Francisco, walked
Well, you
Megan
were
and I
recently?
very
Yes.
recently, all
Yes.
through Chinatown. Had a great
Yes.
day with May.
Yeah.
Accidentally pissed.
May has arguably one of the best apartments I've ever been to.
Wow.
I don't know how much it costs, considering she lives in fucking San Francisco. I'm not going to ask those kinds of questions, but it was great. Awesome board game table, avocado tree in the backyard.
Nice.
It was amazing.
I remember one of the times she was here, and then when she was about to leave, I accidentally matched with her on Lyft, and then I just picked her up and took her to the.
Perfect.
Yep.
Goodbye forever.
It is forever.
My favorite generic white guy board game podcast is ending. I am now left with board game content from people trying to be funny who aren't funny, and some British people. One podcast is made by British people trying to be funny who aren't funny. Sigh. You want to spill more fucking wine on this fucking playmat?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Just a little bit.
Make sure it drips all the way
Adrian,
down.
Put something underneath that so it doesn't drip onto. Please, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. May continues.
Over.
You've always been the most relatable podcast hosts because you talk about games old and new in a conversational way, just like the way you banter about other things going on in your life. There's a natural humor and comfort level, maybe because you sound a lot like my friends.
We are your friends, May.
Thanks in large part to the big supporting cast of generic white guys. Your Slack/Discord has been a very welcoming place. And Mile High Cabin Con has been wonderful every year.
Look, Denver is chock full of generic white guys.
Yes.
It is our claim.
Chock full.
For a very long time, Denver was nicknamed Menver,
Yes.
and they were all white.
Yeah.
When Denver was Menver, it was just all white guys.
Yeah.
It's all it's ever been. Cabicon will continue,
Yes.
even in spite of this, because Paul runs it. He's completely separate from the podcast.
Yeah. It's
And
more
he-
it's more of a game night thing than it
Yeah.
is a podcast thing, but we do get podcast people that come.
And Paul, to his credit, is incredibly well organized than all three of us combined.
Correct.
Unless it comes to doing Excel spreadsheets, in which case Zach has just proved in this episode that he is the king at Excel
Just
spreadsheets.
don't look at that actual one for organization.
I'm going to share it.
That's why.
Continuing. In a way, the podcast lives on in the Discord.
Which will also continue.
We will still get discussion of new games, notable board game news, and general life updates, just in written form and not audio. So it's not goodbye forever, but see you soon. Love, May.
Thank you, May.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. And looking forward to see you again at
This-
MHCC.
Cabicon.
Yeah.
In like a month or well, not a month. In a few months. Several months.
May. It's in May.
It's in May.
May. It's in May.
I just wanted to come that much faster.
Uh-huh.
That's what he said.
No.
Next up, we have an email from Tom Scott, whose the title of is "Hello, my name is Tom Scott."
Yeah.
Please read my email on your show. Thank you very much. There is a lot of plant emojis: cactus,
Flowers
clover, flower,
Rose,
You had to zoom in.
sprout,
lilac.
4-leaf clover, 3-leaf clover.
That and garden, outside of house, morphine administered, iPhone sent for my iPhone, LOL, big time emails, brand new fan, and then some sort of AI generated art of a handsome white haired gentleman. Thank you, Tom Scott.
Thank you, Tom Scott.
Who is the Tom who has the very famous YouTube show? Is it Tom Scott?
No.
That would be
Tom Ska? Tom Ska, sorry.
No, it's
No?
not Tom Scott.
Okay.
Are you talking about the dice tower?
No, it's
Tom?
on board games.
Are you talking about the perception check?
No.
No?
I
don't know who you're talking about then.
Moving on while Adrian researches. This one is from Matt. It's Ohio, Matt, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got to be.
Just plugging the Discord.
Yeah, it is Tom Scott.
Oh.
It is 100%. He
Are you
just,
sure?
After 10 years, he just retired from making YouTube videos. Tom Scott, he's one of the best YouTube content creators in the last decade.
How do we know this is from that Tom Scott?
I don't think it is in
Okay.
a million years. But I was hoping you guys knew who it was. I was like, hey, Tom Scott's that you? And you guys be like, oh, maybe.
Adrian, countless times I will see like, oh, this famous YouTuber is now retiring. And I'll be like, I have no idea who that is.
Correct.
Tom Scott has consistently been one of my favorite YouTubers.
I do know who that
for
is.
a decade.
I have
But
no idea
yes,
who that
it
is.
does a lot of engineering stuff. And it's very
Engineering, math, like just cool fucking
interesting.
shit.
One of my favorite videos is how they electrify one of the canals that leads to Lake Michigan. So like Asian cod don't
It's
like get
fucking
into
kill
Lake
'em.
Michigan because they go
Gotcha.
up the Mississippi, but
Right.
they electrocute them. They electrocute all the water that goes in
Nice.
through this canal.
My company still to this day, they're a British company. He's a British YouTuber. They still, to this day, in every recruiting email they send out, or like if you're going to be interviewing for a job, they send you a link to a video he did of one of their sites in Aerith that's running our 400 series robots. We are now, my site runs on 500s. They are now introducing the 600s. It is deeply misleading about what our company does, I will just say. But I still love Tom Scott. My company's just deceiving.
Gotcha.
That's all.
This next email is from Matt, just plugging the Discord. Look, folks, if you hear Jeff reading this, that means you've listened to, at a minimum, nearly one full episode of this podcast.
AKA 43 years.
If you've gotten this far, then the bullshit we talk on Discord won't be half as self-serving and generic. So come
Also true.
So come join us on Discord. I made a quick link. Thank you for linking this Discord in the email for everyone for me to read.
Is it a real link, or is he trying to steal money from our
it.
fans?
What does it say when you hover over it?
It still just says bit.ly.
Click it. You got to click it.
There's not enough of us.
It is an actual link to the Discord.
Cool. Oh,
Nope. Invite invalid.
Cool.
Invite invalid. May have expired, or you may not have.
It was from January 6th. Never forget.
So Matt, you got to try again, buddy.
Adrian, shut the fuck up.
No.
There's not enough of us non-Denver people in there. We need more. And there's no way that the dozen of us that are there are the only people that stuck this thing out as listeners as long as we did, right? It's impossible that these guys kept going as long as they did with only like 10 of us still listening.
That is
you would be surprised.
definitely true.
We did have stats.
Yep.
Since I'm writing, I guess I'll also thank these generic white dudes for helping me get to know a bunch of other generic white dudes, their partners, and Mhgg.
Jesus Christ. It's so accurate it hurts.
Yes.
To be real, you guys were providing the most content in a time in my life when I really needed it. And for that, I am grateful.
Remember when that was our catchphrase?
I mean, it kind of
the
always
most
was.
podcast.
Yeah.
I couldn't have gotten through a period of my career where I was traveling 2 hours a day around Ohio without a little back and forth about shit I didn't care about. Mostly snow sports, Blood Bowl, Kingdom Death Monster, and Formula One. And the pandemic would have been a whole lot harder to bear without the back and forth on Slack.
R.I.P.
Yep.
Thanks for taking the risk to just do a thing and see if it worked. And because it will annoy Wes, I'll end this email by simply saying cheers.
Oh my God. So I have to comment on that. There's so many things to comment on from that replacement radio episode.
Uh-huh.
I only sign off emails with cheers if they are A, game night related. Like if I'm emailing a brewery, like cheers is like a, salutations brewing thing. So if I'm emailing a brewery like, hey, can we come in? We have the cheers, Adrian. And then the one fucking time sending an email to replacement radio. Other than that, I don't normally use cheers as a sign off for an email. But Wes shit all over me in that episode for it. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save Boyd's for later.
All right.
I will note, as we skip Boyd's for now, it was the only one filtered into spam. All of the other ones.
You know what? You can bring that
filter.
up when we bring it back.
Perfect.
This one is from John. Truly the most podcast. Hello, MHG guys. Hopefully I'm getting this out in time for the final episode. You sure did.
Yep.
Thank you.
It would have been close if we had recorded on the initial day.
This is true. Thank you for truly being the most board gaming podcast over the past 7 years or so. According to my podcast app, see attached image, about 20 and a half days worth once the last episode airs. I listened to every one along the way since I started listening somewhere in the first 25 episodes, including going back to the Nalgene audio nightmare that was episode 0.
Megan was on that episode as well. And yeah, one of the microphones was tucked into the loop of an Nalgene bottle.
One of them was, and I think it was mine, was just
in a chalice.
In a chalice.
It just kind of sat well enough with the cord wrapped in there.
We call those schooners.
Yes, I believe that was.
You know what? It doesn't make it any better.
I may have just held mine. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's a shame that you'll never get to win the Golden Geek by default, but I greatly appreciate all the time and effort you put into during the podcast run. I appreciate it enough to spend 15 minutes of my Gen Con Day 0 to go out of my way to get my $1 worth of Patreon money in pennies from a bank before meeting up with Jeff and Zach. I'm glad it made enough of a lasting impression to be mentioned on the anti-penultimate episode. Yes, I still have the picture of that as well.
It was a great.
Yeah. I've missed the reviews over the last couple of years as Adrian's schedule has gotten increasingly fucked up.
Same.
Jeff and I have missed those as well.
Yes.
Same. All of us. Same.
One of the few podcasts where hosts actually had different tastes to the point where the differences in opinions went beyond I love this game versus I prefer stock-focused 18XX games, but this 18XX is still pretty good. On the plus side, I've saved a lot of money and have no outstanding Kickstarter orders since reviews and Kickstarter segments have become more rare.
So this only applies until Kickstarter gives us a fucking contract to start hyping them back up again. And then we will be back with a hard and deep Kickstarter segment.
The one-shots and Watch the Skies after Action Report were great. My wife will occasionally play a game, but usually doesn't want to listen to people talk about board games and Denver weather in the car, but even she loved those.
China #1 most popular, baby.
I mean, more popular.
I do wish we had done more of those one-shots.
Those were so good.
Yeah.
Hopefully one of these days I'll make it out to Denver to pop in on game night, but until then, may your China always be #1 popular, your floors well slapped, and your fences not take 4 attempts to climb as you run from dinosaurs. Thanks for sticking with me through the tedious parts of 3 career changes from culturing brain cells in a lab to delivering food on a bike in Manhattan to planning lessons and grading work for my middle schoolers. All the best, Jonathan from New York.
And the screenshot he referenced earlier shows his statistics for podcasts. I assume from Spotify. I'm not sure. We are number 3. So stuff you missed in history class, 45 days, 22 hours. Talk Nerdy with Cara Santamaria, 21 days, 9 hours. Mile High Game Guys board gaming podcast, 20 days, 11 hours of listening time for him.
Heavy Cardboard's in there with 5 days, 11 hours. That would probably be higher if Heavy Cardboard did podcasts anymore.
Yeah, they've not done a podcast.
I did look at what they do now. They just stream.
Yeah,
that's all they do
switched
anymore.
Almost entirely streaming.
Yes.
Ludology, right between us and Heavy Cardboard at 7 days, 11 hours. Ludology was also a great podcast that has since shuttered.
Yes.
We outlasted Ludology.
Next up, this one's from Ian, MHGG. Very sad to see you guys hanging up the mics. I enjoyed listening to the podcast for the last 4 years.
It's only been 4 years since Ian started listening.
Hey, you know, he started at the peak. The podcast has kept me in the loop regarding board games and maybe more so with the current hotness with video games. I have more board gaming friends nowadays than video game friends. The Slack group helped keep me sane through the pandemic and enjoyed playing a bunch of Among Us, Deep Rock, and Through the Ages. Got virtual introductions to some awesome games on Tabletop Simulator from the community, Brass, Age of Steam, Transcontinental, and some not so awesome ones, Zia. Legends of the Drift System?
Yes.
Yeah.
Legends of a Drift System, yeah.
Hopefully the now Discord online community can stay afloat. I hope to have some excuse to come out to Denver at some point so we can game in person someday. Good luck. Ian, signs point to yes. I think we did Void Crew recently as well.
Yeah, lots of Void. Did Ian play Void Crew?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I know. I have now that Zach has delivered a box to my house, a big package of board games I'm sending to Ian because of an unfortunate water situation.
Yeah, I think that happened just after this email then?
Probably. 8 days to go for the email?
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. Like got 2 inches of water in his basement and then just like ruined everything on the bottom shelf of everything.
Yeah.
I remember his gaming room being fucking rad.
Seemed pretty nice.
Yeah.
It will be rad again.
Yes, it will.
This one comes from someone named Wes. I
don't think I've ever heard of this person.
I think he sucks.
probably does.
Cheers, Wes.
Wes's email says, "The end of an era. What up, nerds? Can't believe you do this to me. What am I supposed to do without your podcast to not listen to? Just play board games quietly and honestly with a handful of my best friends without having to worry about what they'll say about it to their cult members when I'm not there? How am I supposed to ever play D&D again with no one but the fun and hilarious people at the table as collaborators on new and exciting stories? Well, I won't stand for it. I won't let you failures drag me down and force me to fade into obscurity in your wake. I didn't put all these years into my own thriving career of antagonizing you, you lot, to just call it quits because you couldn't hack it. I'll go find a new podcast to harass with blackjack and hookers, etc., etc. But on the other hand, that seems like a lot of work, and I can't imagine it having the same effect on any other genuinely welcoming community of nerds than the one that grew up around this podcast. It's truly a marvel what you have built here, and I can't be happier to have been dragged along for the ride. We'll keep the spirit alive, even without the show, as evidenced by the current state of with the show.
Yeah, it hurts, but it's true.
Yep.
Just because this is the end for you three sitting down every once in a while to talk about what you've been playing doesn't mean we're going to stop playing things. Honestly, probably doesn't mean we'll stop talking about it either.
Oh, no. Like, all three of us are just done with the board game community.
No, I cannot wait to stop doing anything
Playing
board
board
game
games,
related ever. Video games. From here on out.
No.
There's plenty of those.
MHVV, Mile High Video Venture.
No, that was Visitor, whatever.
Visitor.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit. No hope.
Yeah,
We're
no
over.
Thanks for making this, and thanks for letting me be a part of it.
There was a sign off after that. You usually read the whole thing.
Thanks for making this, and thanks for letting me be a part of it. Wes.
You didn't say the Wes.
Okay, cool.
No, people wouldn't have known who it was otherwise.
They lost track.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump to Boyd.
Oh Jesus! What the?
Killing
me.
Goodbye, y'all. Well, it's finally here, isn't it? The day the greats hang 'em up and retire. Montana, Elway, Favre, Aikman, Zach McAnally.
Only
me.
Only like one of those have won a Super Bowl. Not really, but
yeah.
Like Marino.
Only one of us has.
Like Marino, y'all never got to hold up the BGG podcast trophy, but that's life. Maybe you should have peddled more Kickstarters.
Clearly.
Yeah. I learned a lot from your podcast, Chewing gum into microphones is a bad idea.
Agreed.
Also ask Paul about that. I hear he has a VP who disagrees.
Dead air is in fact dead air, and there's nothing at the end of it.
But you can't be sure. You got to listen to it all.
If stranded in a dinosaur park, look for a key so you don't have to climb every fence.
You get to climb every fence.
I like how that has come up in so many of these emails.
Wingspan is unplayable because it tried for perfect components and fell short.
I don't think that's the reason.
Jeff has a Rain Man brain when it comes to remembering Blood Bowl games. That, or he has just made up shit.
I still have not figured out which is the case.
I've never actually seen Jeff play Blood Bowl. So
That is not true. I think you have played games of Blood Bowl that I have had to take over at tournaments after you played Blood Bowl.
And he left immediately, so he never saw you play.
And then I just left after Zach left.
Exactly.
Your friends are just as terrible as you say they are.
Accurate.
Colorado is maybe better than Texas.
Definitely.
And finally, board games are still pretty cool.
Yeah, probably.
Thanks for the good times and building a community we could all be part of, a bunch of blank space that he did not sign off on.
Wait, who was it?
That was Boyd.
Boyd.
That was from Boyd.
I know.
Oh. Oh,
God,
sorry, I ruined everything.
it's fine.
Would you like?
No,
some
I don't. I don't want any gunk. No, I'm good.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You just kind of like dip. You just kind of put it
Yeah,
in
I was
your
gonna say
gums.
that gives me flashbacks to my fucking youth. Oh, the squeegee bottle that I thought was mine.
Oh no. I was like, you dipped.
No,
Um,
no. Trust me, I
He's-
definitely did not after that. That's
He's
for
a
sure.
good old Georgia boy.
That's
of
true.
course he did.
Yeah.
no. This one comes from a Michael Jones. Happy trails, boys. Hey, y'all. It's been quite a ride with y'all for the last, holy shit, 7 years, 5 months, 23 days. Where's the time gone? Of course, thank you for the time, energy, and occasional thought y'all have put into this enterprise over that time. But much more lastingly, you have brought together a group of people who are good and kind and care. For as much impact as your insights on the board games, video games, movies, and everything else that everything else had and will have, of the community you have fostered is certainly a more impactful and enduring thing. Nothing lasts forever, and no truthful person believes deep down that it will. And in the grand scheme of things, that is not only okay, but good. Change and the temporary nature of the world gives our lives meaning. While we can never truly go home, the memories of our experiences and the fact that we can share those memories with people we love and appreciate add depth and color to our relationships and bonds us in a meaningful, lasting ways. Okay, enough sappy, pseudo-electrical gobbledygook. Y'all have given us hours and hours of entertainment. If I had to guess who delivered the total hours of podcast time, my money is on Zach. Popular.
Just popular.
Zach,
Look,
number one popular.
I guess. Jesus.
I MVP. We just saw it from Boyd. All right.
Jesus.
Hours of entertainment in both video and audio. It's a patently ridiculous amount, and all of that for a pittance of Patreon funds. Your passion for this endeavor has been really fun to experience and honestly infectious. I'm glad to have been part of it, including y'all generously sharing your YouTube channel for me for a mistake-riddled play of Irish Gauge. Still fewer rules goofs than Game of Thrones, though. Zing.
You know, I'm convinced the rules goofs are why so many people engage with
Yeah.
the Game of Thrones. They're probably like, no, you fucked this up.
Yeah.
You fucked it up.
Look, we knew it long before TikTok.
They watched through that fucking
Uh-huh.
shit video quality
Look,
just to point out rules
Just-
errors.
Only because you didn't put the bit rate where it was supposed to be.
that's very true.
Literally first stream.
Yes, very
Literally
first.
first.
Look, you get episodes where you play everything right, 5 views. Things get wrong, 20,000 views. Sure, most of the views only go a couple minutes in, but who knows that?
It's views of you.
Views of view.
Yeah. As we already established, just like a download, every view is 100% of you.
Be well, friends. On to new adventures, MJ. Thank God that's over. Jesus, what an insufferable boor that guy is. I'm so glad we're done recording and I can finally let you two, and only you two, know how I really feel about Mike Jones. I know you guys both individually said that he is the sole reason you decided that you no longer wanted to do the podcast, but I gotta tell you, there's no way either of you dislike him as much as me. Woof. That guy can just fuck right off. What's that? Still recording? Well, you can just edit that out in post, right? On live, you say? Well, how about that? Guess we just call it a wrap then?
Wow, Jeff, that was pretty awkward.
Yeah, geez, Jeff, you kind of really went in on him.
And then
Awkward.
and then we've saved the best for last. One last hate. 10 things I hate about you, which I believe is a song. Is that correct?
It is technically.
I was like, wasn't it a movie also?
So this is literally, if you go watch 10 Things I Hate About You, towards the end of the movie, Julia Stiles' character reads literally this exact poem. But no,
Yeah,
this is not at all right.
Good.
Stop it.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive your car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme. I hate the way you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse when you make me cry. I hate it when you're not around. And the fact that you didn't call, but mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close, not even a little bit, not even at all.
Kirsty Chapman, a.k.a. Julia Stiles' character in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Love the Hater.
Which is a great movie.
That I've never seen.
In the email, like just in the little like inbox like preview thing, it doesn't say that it has an image, so it was just one last hate. Bye. And I was like, okay.
I love the Hater.
So when I saw this image, I was like, where did this fucking come from?
Same. Literally same.
And that's it for emails. Emails at milehighgameguys.com if you would like to send us an email.
It is. That's it. It's over. It's done.
Jeff, you'll never read an email again.
I wish. Unless it's about beer.
Probably. I don't know. You guys have anything else you want to throw in here at the Twilight's last gleaming?
It's been a lot of fun. I'm definitely glad we did this.
Same.
I'm glad that you were like, hey, Zach, let's do this podcast with Jeff. And then in my mind, I'm like, who's Jeff again? I don't.
Yeah. Driving home, probably more drunk than I should have been considering driving. Jeff home and being like, hey, you seem cool. You've been to like 3 game nights. Do you want to do a podcast? Yeah, no, it's been wild. Going from like the Nalgene loop microphone, like echoey kitchen into the side bedroom with the mattress on the wall.
Yep.
Where we filmed our Patreon Give Us Money video.
We did.
And we never changed it. We got all the studio. We talked about it. Never changed it.
Yeah.
People only paid us $1. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I remember.
Well, and then when we moved, so that was in your old apartment. It was that second room.
Yeah.
And then you came to this house, and we were in downstairs. And then I remember eventually being like, we need more space, especially because that's when we were looking at doing video and things like that. And
that required a whole setup.
Yeah.
And then I believe I had recommended, I was like, well, you have that garage space.
I don't remember, what the exact transfer into this garage, but I remember at one point, like, that wall had the leak at Thanksgiving, tore down a whole wall. And when I was rebuilding it, I was like, wait, we can run an electrical outlet like to this, like to plug in like lights above.
Yeah.
We did.
I'm surprised this place hasn't burned down.
We can have one plug.
Especially because this studio, so that studio ran through like 3 plugs.
Yeah.
In the downstairs guest room. This studio here in the garage, one plug
right over there. Right over there.
I think the plug goes like through the wall into another plug.
It could light the shower curtain on fire. And then also catch the door on fire, and then we'd be trapped here.
There is an entire wall with like 4 outlets.
Yeah.
There's like a window. We could get through that.
So this wall
there.
here has like 4 outlets on it. None of the outlets work.
Were those the ones that were filled with crack pipes?
No, the crack pipes were in the furnace room downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure the crackheads took out the garage door and put up this wall with nothing wired correctly.
Right.
There's still a light downstairs in this house that there's not a switch for. If you put a light into the light socket, it is just on. There is no way to turn it off. We have had multiple electricians look at it. It's just hardwired into the house. It's just the way it is. It's a special place.
It's a special light.
I like that.
For a special boy.
We've been in this house for about 5 years, which means the podcast has been in this house for about 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't think we bought the current, so we moved here into the studio, so call that 4 years.
Yeah.
They still have the exact creases that we're in.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They've never
never.
If you look behind you,
I think
that is a straight line that you could like fucking, I don't know.
Gravity has done no favors to these curtains.
No.
I think you did put them in the dryer once
I put
cold.
I put 1 or 2 of them.
Didn't you say it came out worse?
Worse.
Well, you didn't use any heat.
The more wrinkly ones are, because I was worried about like melting them. They're like polyester. But yeah, so like the most
There's
wrinkly
no
ones
way
on
to
the
know how to
sides.
dry polyester. So that was probably the good.
These
that was
are
the safe move.
I mean, they're like 9-foot curtains.
Yeah.
They are long. 10-foot maybe. They are long curtains. Jeff is just ripping down the facade.
Yeah.
See, it's right there. You can see. I don't even know if you can actually see behind.
You can. Yeah.
Can you see?
You
see
can
behind Zach?
definitely see.
There it is.
Jesus, that is
Yeah.
haunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Cold hair.
Yeah.
It is. These are thick enough curtains. They legitimately separate the cold air
They
from
do.
the other half of the garage. If you really zoom in, if Zach leaned his head down just a little bit, Zach, lean your head down just a little bit. And then if
To
you
the
zoomed
left.
in on that toolbox, the brown, there is you can see Mile High Game Guys sticker on that toolbox. In white there. That is courtesy of Mallory, a friend who has since
yes.
Our
long
font.
ago moved to Chicago. Our font has been on a ton of our advertising and branding.
and
over the
our
years.
and our Yeti mugs from
And our Yeti mugs.
Cabin Con last year.
Also
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Thank you to everybody who supported the Patreon and
Sure.
everything over the years, because that allowed some of those things to happen.
Let us not pay $30 a month.
Yeah. Oh, I will tell you, like, just the thought of having at one point we got to the point where it was just like, we have a podcast that pays for itself. Like that was
Yeah.
bonkers.
And more than like the first time we got to do like the T-shirts, and we paid for them up front and then sold them,
Yeah.
and it was like fuck.
That
Yeah.
one time we ever
The
did
one
that.
time,
Yeah.
the one time we did T-shirts.
One of the many things where like, oh, this is a good
Ofer is rating here.
Is he done with
Jesus
sumo? That he's
Christ.
Oh my God.
It is blown up.
Nice.
So overrated.
Was he streaming sumo?
Oh, yes, he was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I one-upped all the emailers by Twitch rating. Adrian Raiders, you love Raiders. False Mike Jones. Thursby laughs. 7 years of Adrian, you poor man.
Yeah.
Dancing Bears, I think it was a movie. Adrian's stream chat overlay is broken.
We were rated with 8 people.
Clearly it is broken. I don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
Zach Jeff, when are you starting your own podcast
Look,
again?
here's the problem is that Adrian has all the stuff.
Yeah, he is the one that has the room for all the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I suggested months ago that you guys move into bunks in one room and turn the other room into a studio.
Zach, just move all of the stuff in the living room into your room.
Oh, no.
And then
Great meet cute.
Yeah.
Adrian never fixed the wrinkly sheets.
Correct.
So wrinkly. Oh, we can Jeopardy it. What is the fire hazard? Someone should teach Adrian about hue bulbs that you can turn off with any phone or small device. These are all true things that have happened. Ofer, are you still here? Just give me a quick reply in chat so I know you're still here.
within
'Cause
the
I've
next
got
30 seconds.
Next 30 to 45. Oh, he is
for
here.
delay.
Because I've got something for you, buddy. So
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yes.
He's not wearing anything at all.
Oh my God.
Did you cut a shirt into
no,
a
is
deep
that
V?
the shirt he bought you?
Is it the shirt? The deep V.
I have kept it.
The deep
The
V.
these years. Just for you, Ofer. Just for you, buddy. One last time. I am several pounds heavier than last time I wore
You
this
know,
shirt.
it technically fits over top.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
The deep V.
The V, yeah. Adrian, it seems like it's bunching back. Yeah, I think you really need to. Like,
Right, just gotta-
yeah, there you go. There you go.
I think they banned this on Twitch recently. It was something about assumed nudity. I don't think they let that. I don't think they let you do DVs anymore.
You had mentioned this when you were like, we need to make sure Ofer gets here. I was gonna say, I was like, oh shit, is the DV? But I was like, I can't say anything just in case.
Also, my smartwatch just congratulated me on moving.
You look like you're burning a lot of heat with that. So
Yeah.
It's smoke show.
yeah.
The deep V returns for the final episode. Also, I didn't ban Pterodactyl for saying it looks like a woman's shirt because it thought it was misogyny.
How dare you?
Yeah, it's been a while since the deep V.
It's
Jeff added the permitted term Looks like a woman.
Oh, well, you know what? We don't have to worry about it anymore.
That's true.
So we can allow whatever we want.
Yeah.
Get it out, everyone. No one will know.
Jesus.
I was wondering why you were asking him. I was like, is Ofer going to be here
Yeah.
later? I was like, why do you need Ofer?
We need Ofer to be here at the end of the episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, shit.
I put in my fantasy for sumo yesterday.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't going to happen if you weren't here, Ofer. No one would have known that I wore this shirt all goddamn day. I've kept it for God knows what stupid reasons. But here you go.
Don't look at me. I just wore it to work. I didn't wear an overshirt or anything. I just wore the deep V.
I did not work today. And no, I did not wear it all day. I put it on like an hour before these assholes came over.
While playing Void Crew.
I can remember when we were playing Void Crew. I remember your voice being a little bit high. Yeah, no, I'm at track now. Yeah,
100%. Oh shit! All right, well, enough objectifying me. I'm putting my shirt back on.
Well, it's a little colder in here. Well, I mean, you can still see the deep V if you don't button it up.
That's true.
So, you know.
Yeah, but again, I'm feeling very objectified.
That's the point. That's why I got you the shirt.
Adrian, have you thought about not being an object?
I still
have you tried not being an object?
I love the fact that you guys coordinated with Megan in buying this shirt. hey, would Adrian wear this, or would he be too pissed off if you got this for him? And she was like, oh no, he'll be fine with it. Spoiler alert, I don't know how fine with it I was at first.
You've worn it
first.
You've worn it twice now.
I've worn it twice. The second time, truly willingly.
Yes.
The first time,
truly
I felt pressured.
Yes.
Truly.
Oh, and then what will they say if they sent me a shirt? All this.
Like, what is it if, like, you feel assaulted by a piece of clothing?
Still assault. Oh shit! All right. Well, I don't have anything else.
No.
This is it.
This
is the end.
Yeah. The tears were laughter over the stupid shirts.
I think that was a good thing to end on. Yeah.
So. Yeah, thanks guys for doing this with me for like 7 and plus fucking years.
Jesus.
I know. It's been a long time.
And I'll never see you again.
Yeah.
Never again.
I'll never see you again either.
You won't see me in like 8 minutes.
Don't you fuckers ever come to game night ever again.
Okay.
I don't want to see you ever again.
Yeah.
Except for when we play our last agenda mini game.
Yeah.
And Pandemic Season 0.
Yeah.
And we still have to finish Pandemic.
Your buttons are off, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
I was looking at it in the mirror.
Were you buttoning yourself up in the stream?
Yes, I was.
Cool.
Well, God, I don't understand how it got all messed up.
That's
You
not.
just did
You
the
know what?
exact same thing.
You know what? This is your punishment for trying to like hide.
Yeah.
Trying to cover my shame. But yeah, so I don't want to see you guys again except for Zach finishing Pandemic Season 0, all three of us, and Megan finishing Betrayal Legacy.
Yep.
We have to finish Time Stories. We have to finish other things, I'm sure.
There's no way to know.
No way to know.
No way to know.
And we certainly won't see each other in May.
We have Indonesia in May.
Indonesia in May. We still have Ticket to Ride Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's gonna be actually really awkward that we have to still see each other after this breakup.
It's gonna be a real bummer.
Real bummer.
Oh.
Everybody else, will still be in the. I'll still be in Discord. I don't know if these guys are going to still be in Discord. They might.
I'll go back to Slack, I think.
Yeah. The Slack channel's still there. If you want to go back to the Slack
in a lot of ways. So
it'll be great to post something and then have all those messages delete themselves after 90 days.
Yeah. What could go wrong with that?
I got notification from it at some point that was like, "Hey, you missed some messages," and they were more than 90 days old. So I'm like, "Who knows what they were?"
There's no way to know.
Impossible to tell.
Yeah.
So
we're still on Discord. Join the Discord.
The Discord still continues.
It will continue for the time forever.
Yeah, I don't see the Discord ending anytime soon. Capcom will continue as long as Paul wants to keep doing all of that work. For like little to no thanks. No one ever congratulates him. No one ever gives him any props. I think that hurts him. I think he really wishes more people.
He really does
showed appreciation for what
really
he does.
The best way is to thank him endlessly, also with gifts.
Oh yes, definitely.
But not
gifts.
monetary gifts, like
thoughtful gifts.
Yes, loves those.
He loves cards.
I that's what I hear.
Yes.
We should
absolutely.
publish his address so people can send him cards directly.
He also likes it when you take him on surveys. So
Yes.
Definitely do the surveys. Yeah.
And Roll Tide.
Don't know if I can go that far. That hurts. All right. Well,
well,
That's it.
that's
I
it.
think it wraps it up.
We never said why we ended on episode 303 because it's the Denver area code for phones.
Yeah.
For
That's why we did
phone-
303.
phone devices.
Mile
If we
High
did-
Game Guys 303. It's
Yeah.
Denver's area code
Yeah. If we didn't do that, then it would have had to been 420. So
Which is the
720.
no, 420.
420 because we
Oh.
legalized weed about a decade
But the
ago.
other Denver area code is 720.
720.
Yeah.
And then they added a new one, but I don't know what it is because who gives a shit? Anybody who has that is a transplant and they don't deserve respect.
And that's why we were the Mile High Game Guys.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Well, I've been your host, Adrian.
I'm still Zach.
And I'm Jeff.
And bye.
But,
We've been the Mile High
and
Game
yeah,
Guys.
we've been
We're
Mile-
going to do that in unison.
No, I mean it doesn't matter.
Wait, in
It's
unison, no.
No.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
We've been the Mile High Game
We've
Guys.
been
We
Mile
weren't
High
going to do
Game
it, but
Guys.
somehow you still ruined it. I don't. Classic Adrian.
I'm here for y'all.
And-
yeah.
And we've been the Mile High Game Guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.